I'm breaking it down, ground. I'm working my way up. You a way stuck, get your way up. You're looking for pay, cuz I want all of my people to wake up. Sleep, Frank Ocean, dig, peak. There's not a method of the week. Fools, choose. I'm making a break of the rules. Fools, choose. ACM, I'm busting the moves. I woke up like this, blessed. Everything else just a test. Stress was created for licking the less. I'm with the guards, yes. Fact, me and Kirby finessing the beat. 10 toes, M.I.M. we reppin' the street. I am the chief, this is the tribe. I ended the different electrical side. Come get you a vibe. This is my land, is my only reply.
Yeah, G, what up? Yeah. Bag in my bag, no book for the papers. Ain't got time for my bitch, cause I'm running up papers. Just like that I keep the flavors, from the lows to the highs. Make my niggas elevating. Say you got motion, but you niggas just talk. Big dog in the yard, and you bitches just balk. Look me in my eyes, say it with your chest when you talk. Boys do what they can, and men do what they want. Break that shit down, half O's to the pounds. Put my thoughts to action, Jackson's niggas like the stunt, a different fabric. Magic hat been pulling rabbits out of hat. Trick you out your life, Houdini, Lord Janie couldn't bring it back. Niggas be capping, say whatever when they rapping. Tell your life story, and what really fucking happened. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Actions to my words, you can see me here when they play my song. Forever do the man. And Ladybug, yeah, love is love. Loyal to my children, family first, and putting my heart in every verse.
It's a whole lot of talking. Fuck is they talking about though? You're big MRM WRW Mafia.
Dark side.
Come
Light
by
this
with the
bitch
tribe. Kirby, what up though? I'm breaking it down, ground. I'm working my way up. Yo, what's the vibes, tribes? This is I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast with myself, Big Chief, not the little one, GeeDaStar, flower, melanated god of love, and my goddess, Aquarius goddess, who might not be in the building tonight. I don't know if she pulled it up or not. But we got my brother also in the building, presenting himself for the first time on my platform tonight. Bro, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? I'm Austin from Alabama, and I'm just representing community down here, you know, down south. And yeah, we rocking with Big Chief, man, all the way in Baltimore, man.
Much love, my brother. You know, tonight is freedom of speech, y'all. You know, so if anybody want to pull up, just let me know, you know, and give y'all thoughts towards what we're speaking on tonight. But, you know, y'all know I usually don't really do any segments on my show towards any other YouTubers or bloggers or anything like that. I don't use anybody's names for clout. And I want to start the show off by saying this. I'm not using anyone's name for clout. I'm not looking for clout. I don't want no money out of this YouTube shit. I've been doing this shit since 2011. I never not once received, nor do I want any dollar out of anyone based off of what I choose to present to this universe. I'm only giving my thoughts. You feel me? As we all should. But this ain't no diss or none of that towards the brother DaneCalloway. I'm actually here to give him his flowers. But also, I have a message directly from me to him, you know, and it's about something that personally happened within, you know, the Discord chat, you know. So, but we're going to speak on that. But again, this is no disrespect, no dissing, no none of that towards that brother. I respect that brother for everything him and his wife has done. All the information that they put out. Yes, I didn't start like I was just speaking to my brother on the phone. I'm gonna say the same thing I said to him. You know, I didn't start my awakening listening to DaneCalloway. Now, me tapping in with my ancestors and knowing where we truly come from and the tribes and all of that, as far as us being the true real Indians and natives of this land and all that, yeah, I started tapping more in with that, listening to DaneCalloway. But I already knew that I was Cherokee Indian because I had a big mama in my family. You know, I was one of the ones to have an elder who actually told me these things. So, you know, it didn't take for me to listen to bro to understand that. He just pointed me in the right direction to take, you know, in order to find out more. And I respect him and his wife for that. You know, all the information that they have put out. You know, but I also feel some type of way far as what's being presented today. You know, because as y'all all know, a lot of these brothers, and this is really no direct shot towards him, this is towards a lot of these YouTubers. You know, these especially ones that say that they us. You know what I'm saying? If y'all notice, a lot of these brothers and sisters will get a little bit of fame and start changing. They change from the fame. You feel me? If y'all ain't witnessing that, y'all ain't looking hard enough. You know? So, but it's crazy to me because it'll be the same brothers and sisters who will say things like money can't change me or money couldn't change me. I'm for the people. Bop, bop, bop. You feel me? But as soon as the motherfucker get a little bit of money, you start seeing the changes. I seen the changes with my own eyes. And a lot of these brothers and sisters. You feel me? But, you know, I'm going to give my thoughts towards this shit, but I'm going to let my brother speak first, man. How you feel about the whole? First and foremost, what we speaking about tonight, bro? This is freedom of speech. What we speaking about tonight?
I guess we could just speak on where you started, man, about how the fame changes people, and just talk about the YouTube space and how, you know, there's been a lot of people in say in the last 14, 15 years that have rose to fame and have, you know, been taken down. So we could just speak on that and how the powers that be choose to take certain people down and choose to let certain people around stay around. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and what does that
Hey.
say? It's like it goes back to this. It's like this right here. You look at Dr. King, right, and the black community
Mm-hmm.
for all, you know, even the beginning, even with the story of Jesus. If you was a threat, they took you out. So
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X is dead. Dr. King is dead. All them other people,
Mm-hmm.
Al Sharpton and all them guys still alive. So what are they really
Mm-hmm.
doing? What is that
And we
saying?
all know Al Sharpton was one of the ones who traded on us on his people. We already know that.
Yeah. So you got to ask yourself the same thing with the whole, you know, Aboriginal, Indigenous, you know, community. Who's been on top the last 10 years? Or who's still around? Who's getting taken down? I mean, we can talk about that. You know,
And
why would they?
the ones you still around, or the ones that they use to try to draw us in. They the ones that still around, like the Al Sharptons. I can, like I don't get too deep on that shit, bro, because politics is not my lane. You know, I just know what I know. I see people for who they truly are. He's definitely one of the ones that turned his back and sold his peoples out. You know, in many ways. You know, but they let people like that live. You know,
That's what I'm asking.
because of
When
the
I'm bringing
messages that they push. Yeah, they definitely ages and puppets, sis. Come on now, we know what's going on out here, man.
so so what
But
I'm bringing, but Al Sharpton. I mean, look at DaneCalloway. Is he? I mean, 10 years in the YouTube space is the eternity. We all know if anybody that's ever been in the music industry, look how much the rap game, the music game changed in 3 years. YouTube is the same way. If you stay 10 years in a YouTube game and you got millions of subscribers and stuff like that, I mean, what are you doing? Who are you talking to stay on,
mm,
stay where you are? I mean, why hadn't they banned you?
mm,
If you're getting death threats from your home, if you got people coming saying they're gonna do this and that to your family, why haven't your channel been taken down? That's the question.
Hmm.
Or was that all a lie?
Hey,
Is it all a lie?
and bro, the fact that a motherfucker ain't been doing that, the fact that a motherfucker been doing it that long on social media, right, on YouTube, years, like, I don't feel as though we supposed to be still doing that for that long. I feel like we supposed to progress, like, you know, jump into something bigger and better. Like, we supposed to be hands on with the community after a while, not still on YouTube, you know, collecting YouTube checks. I don't
But
know,
see,
bro.
that's comfort. That's comfort. I mean, you got to think about it. Look at it. Look at how you said it. We ain't supposed to still be on this. But look at this. If you're a person that wants to feel comfortable in your cozy little hut, in your cozy little home, and hide behind a computer and not do anything, just collect the check. No different than how they do down south in these churches.
Come on now.
And you know,
We
if
just
that's your
spoke about
motive,
that. We just
if
spoke
that's your
about that,
motive,
bro.
hey, if that's your motive, then maybe he's doing exactly what he wants to do. Maybe he's doing exactly what he planned to do. You know, if
Mm.
it's buying homes and putting down, you got to think about it. On the one of those things, he was saying something about the young lady about her living in a certain type of home or not having a certain type of home or whatever. And I thought to myself, you know, in church down south, you would see people, members, give their hard-earned money, sell their food stamps to have money to put in the offering, and they didn't have nothing. While the pastor sat up there and
Mm-hmm.
get fat and rich. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing a correlation.
Big fact.
I'm seeing a correlation with that in the Aboriginal community with DaneCalloway. He's
Big
he's
fucking
the
fact.
he's the
And
he's
not
the
just DaneCalloway, not just DaneCalloway. It's a lot of the brothers and sisters, the gods and goddesses in the spiritual community that's doing this shit. You feel me? Shout out to my goddess, not to cut you off, brother. Shout out to my goddess, Aquarius goddess is in the building. Appreciate you, my love. But yeah, I agree with you on that, bro. I totally agree with you on that. You know? And we were just saying that on the phone, bro. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers, it remind you of the church. Like, you taking and they sending a collection plate around, and you know, man.
so he's saying, oh he okay,
You said
even with
so. Dane is
taxation.
supposed to do things for free. What you mean by that, bro? I'm saying the person in the comments. Me personally, me personally, I love my people. So it's nothing that I would charge my peoples for, especially when it comes to information. Information is free. And this is not even a shot towards DaneCalloway. This towards all these YouTubers and these brothers and sisters who are using their platform to collect money or accumulate some money from their people. We're supposed to be here to help guide our people in the right direction, not take from them. So if you're asking me personally, shouldn't nobody be looking for some money out of anyone? And that's not just towards DaneCalloway. I'm speaking towards all.
Well, I'll say this right here. This is what I got to say about the money thing. This is my thing. Okay, if you're gonna take money, that's fine. You want to have money, that's fine. But don't forget about the people that gave you the money. Don't forget about the people that built you up. Don't ever get so high and mighty that you say you Michael Jordan or whatever, and you see that kid in the park that remind you of yourself playing ball by itself. Don't ever forget who you are. Don't ever forget that you was that same kid that was snotty nosed and nappy headed by yourself with dirty shoes on. Don't ever forget that little kid. And that's the thing about it. Like you can get fame and get all these things, but your integrity has to remain the same. So when it comes to
Got
meeting
you.
with people who have lower programs, you know, like talking about people who don't have a house, talking about people who live in an apartment. Most of your subscribers probably live in an apartment. Most of the people that gave you money lived in an apartment. So how can you talk down on subscribers or other YouTubers that are just starting out because they don't have something? I don't care about him making money. That's fine. He can make what he want to make. I got a beef with talking like you some type of supreme being, which we all are supreme, but talking down on our own people. I ain't with that because that ain't no different than the church and what the celebrities do.
Big facts. Big facts. One thing I don't do and never will do, bro, is speak to my people as if I'm bigger or better than them. And I tell y'all that all the time. For those who tap in with me, I always say those type of things or words like I'm not bigger or better than you. I am you and you are me. I'm just a bigger me. That's all and that's it. I've reached a higher level of understanding me. That's all and that's it. I'm not bigger or better than anyone. I don't speak down on nobody. I don't speak as if I have more knowledge than them. None of that shit. So it's like when I see that type of shit going on, I don't respect that at all. That's not how we build with the collective. That's not how we build with like-minded individuals. That's not how we do that by speaking down. We don't do that. Not as chiefs. Not us real chiefs. You hear me? I'm a chief, big chief. And that's the reason why I label myself big chief. Because I see a lot of brothers is using that label, but yet what they're presenting out here, not it. Not it at all. I'm really waking my people to fuck up. I'm really doing the fucking work. And I'm not looking for near dollar out of this shit. So that's why I said in the beginning, this is not me trying to get no fame off of nobody's name, none of that shit. I respect DaneCalloway and his wife to the fullest. Like I was just telling my brother, I was subscribed to his channel for what, almost 2 years. I was paying for the subscription and all of that shit. I was part of the 13% when that shit first kicked off. Like, you know, I was rockable, bro, way before all of this shit. You feel me? So I witnessed changes. You know, did I ever speak on those changes that I witnessed? No. Besides the situation that happened on Discord, that's the only thing I ever spoke about, and I didn't even really speak on that. You know, I didn't even really speak on that. But it's like, if we all building as the collective, right? Everybody not going to agree with everything. You know, I'm not here to agree with everything that come out of your mouth. I'm not going to go back and forth with you about your thoughts. I'm going to respect your thoughts because they are your thoughts. But I'm not here to agree nor disagree. I'm just here to speak my truth, as we all should. So me speaking my truth in the 13% chat, you know, I guess made some people feel some type of way because the things that I was speaking on was hitting different, you know, and it was hitting them personally, you know, because I said that, you know, we all are leaders, man and woman. We all are leaders. Shouldn't no one be looking up to one specific person to lead them in any direction? We should be all leading each other. We all have a set role to play within this universe. Know your role and play your fucking part. Be the best you can be. That's all and that's it. That's how we build. That's how we form like Voltron and then go step on some shit out this bitch. Not everyone sitting back, listening and looking up to one fucking person as if that's their God. That's not what we're here to do. That's weak-minded individuals to me. Yes, I understand that some people don't get it at all. Some people are just learning. I get it. I was one of those people who were just learning. But I took heed to certain words I didn't. Certain things I learned on my fucking own. You can only understand life by living it. There's no books or no other being that can teach you about the life that you're living. So y'all people that sit back looking up to one person to guide y'all in some sort of direction, that's weak-minded to me. Whoever feels some type of way about that, I'm sorry. It's just my truth. I'm here to build with leaders, not followers. Big Chief, not the little one. Love is love. You know, it was a situation though on the Discord. Okay, you say what happened in the Discord. Well, as far as my situation personally, you know, I can't speak about other people's situations because I don't know the details behind any of that. But it was a situation with me where I was basically just speaking my mind as I always do. You know what I'm saying? And I spoke about the fact that, you know, I asked people, I said, you know, what everybody got to bring to the table? Like, You know, what's your thoughts towards whatever, you know, certain things that we are speaking about. I want to know your thoughts, your feelings towards this, not what somebody else is saying, which was Dane. And it's like a lot of people were just sitting back waiting to hear what that brother had to say about whatever, but yet they had nothing to say. So I'm like, all right, what are y'all bringing to the table? You know, it's saying like everybody just sit back looking up to this brother like if he don't speak, you can't speak. If he don't move, you can't move. That's not how we supposed to move as melanated beings. We're not sitting around looking for nobody to guide us. You know what I'm saying? So I spoke on that. You know, some people had something to say, some people agreed, you know, and then next thing you know, I was kicked out of his channel, you know, because two of his admins that was running his channel was on my channel, you know, and I guess they took what I was saying as me speaking against DaneCalloway, which I wasn't. I never said anything bad towards that man or his wife. You know what I'm saying? I just spoke the same shit I spoke in the chat about people being leaders and not being followers and things like that. That's all, and that's it. And I guess his admins fell in category of those people. They fell in that category of the people that I was speaking about. So they felt some type of way. They ran back to Dane and said whatever they said to him. And next thing you know, I was kicked out of the Discord. But I was cool with all that, you know. But the fact that, you know, I've reached out to him afterwards to try to explain to him, you know, how the whole situation went, because I know, you know, some people, they only go off of one side of the story without understanding both sides. So I reached out to the brother to, you know, explain my side of the story, and he never returned the message. So it's like, all right, cool. I know where we stand. But I'm somebody that was, you know, supporting bro, as we all was, and I'm not saying this because I want any kudo points or none of that shit behind it, but I was one of the ones that was supporting that brother. You know, I did like what, 2-3 segments on my show, not even this platform. I got 3 platforms, you know, so What to Talk About Radio was my platform before this one. And I did through like 2 segments on my show, you know, basically speaking on DaneCalloway and the messages that he pushing, you know, and that was that. You know, I didn't look for nothing behind that shit. I didn't look for that man to get on his platform to say, I want to salute Big Chief for, you know, presenting whatever. I didn't look for none of that shit, nor did I want that. I was doing it because that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of respect for the brother and the messages that he was putting out, and I was trying to direct people, my traffic, that way so they could get those understandings as well. You know, that's all, and that's it. But, you know, instead of the brother reaching back out to me, you know, and us chopping it up about that whole situation, he chose not to and kicked me out the chat. And that was that. This is my first time ever speaking on any of this shit. And that was what, a year ago? How long that shit was, bro? It been about a year now? And some change?
I didn't really remember. I wasn't sure when it happened. I think it was like March, wasn't it? February? Something like that.
What, right this March or February? Hell no. It was way before that.
No, I'm saying I thought I met you in the Discord earlier this year. Like I met other dude in like December.
Okay.
But I've been in the Discord for 2 years, but I wasn't saying nothing in there.
Right.
Until y'all started making your own separate groups.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's all we was trying to do, bro. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, it's not meant for a motherfucker to just sit back and continue to receive information from someone else. It's meant for you to take some of that information, apply that shit to what you know, and keep the ball rolling. You know, start your own platforms and start speaking and shit, using your own throat chakras, your own voice, putting your own messages out there. That's what it's meant for us to do. It's not meant for us to keep sitting around waiting for somebody else to do it for us. Like, that's crazy.
You gotta think about it, bro. Let me simplify it like this. Look at racism, for instance. Say you got white people that are racist, right? What if they did what we doing with DaneCalloway? What if white people was like, well, it's only one racist white man and he's the leader, so can't none of us be racist unless he tells us to do it? You see how that don't make sense? They took the ideology of racism and it spread through their whole community. So you got racist people in Baltimore that's white. You got racist people in New York, racist people in Florida, racist people in the DR. You got that ideology spread. With black people, usually it don't spread like that. Like Dr. King's message. Why didn't it spread to everybody? Why didn't everybody turn into him? Why is it just one? Why does the message? Why does the movement have to die with one person? But look how white people do. And see, when I say stuff like this, they say, well, you a coon. You against our people. I ain't against nobody. I'm telling you that if white people moved how we move as a group, they wouldn't take over. They wouldn't have anything. They wouldn't have taken over anything. They took an ideology from Britain, England, and went around the world, the whole world. How come we can't do the same thing with our movement right here in the States? How come we can't do that?
Man, that'd be the crazy thing, bro. You'll see every other race or so-called race of people, bro, when it comes to unity, they move as a unit. Especially when it comes to going against someone outside of their race. They move as a unit. We the only motherfuckers that can't do this.
Look at,
and motherfuckers been trying for how long?
The longest, man. Look at, I was thinking about Charleston White. Charleston White spoke on Sonia Massey. And I'm like, you know, how come ain't nobody saying nothing about that? How come ain't nobody riding about that? How come people only like, hey, you kill somebody in your hood or your set, you want to go shoot up the block. But a white man kill a black woman, ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't none of us want to crash out for that. I knew a dude down the street killed his own brother over a dime bag, bro. Killed his own brother over a dime bag. But I bet he wouldn't kill that police.
Hey, bro. What you just said is the reason why I was against the whole Black Lives Matter movement from the jump. That is the exact reason why I was against all of that shit. I said, how the fuck you motherfuckers out here yelling out Black Lives Matter, but a black life will kill another black life every day? Like, y'all do this shit consistently every day. Black man go kill a black man. So how the fuck do Black Lives matter if it don't even matter to black lives? Let's make it make sense.
Then this what
fuck is y'all talking about?
They come in and say, well,
like, y'all go out here and kill one of each other every fucking day, man.
They did what you call it, what's the thing called in slavery? It's a book. But they did something, I can't remember the name of it, but they divided us. They divided us. I'm like, okay, you ain't got no sense to, okay, it's like this. They can divide you. They can say all this about rap music, but at the end of the day, he got a mama, he got a father, he got a sister, he got a brother. I got a brother, I got a father, and I got a mother. If I can't look at you and see myself and relate, then I'm not even human. If I can't look at another brother that's in his 20s just like me and see that, okay, I'm gonna do process of analysis. If he die, it's gonna affect his family the same way if I died, it would affect my family. That's common sense. I mean, that you don't have to go to Harvard. You don't have to know white people, or you don't have to read nothing to know that's common sense. It's just self-hate, man. It's just self-hate. And like I said, it'd be one thing, like people talk about, oh, well, white people kill people all the time. Yeah, they do. They do that all the time. But guess what, though? When it comes between us standing against them, they're going to join together to stop you. Now, they might go back and do their own thing.
Hey, bro, fuck all that. Guess what? We got more bodies on each other than they have on us. I bet that. I bet that. If a motherfucker do the numbers on how many bodies they got against our people and how many bodies we got against our own, where you think the numbers would be?
Well, I guess back
bro,
in the day,
that ain't even out. They did not kill more of us than we did killed ourselves. They didn't. Well, they did not kill more of us than we did killed ourselves, bro.
I'll put it like this, Big Chief. If we talking 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, then yeah, I would say
listen, bro. I get where you about to go, but we can't even really speak on that because that's history that we don't know nothing about.
No,
You
I'm finna
know,
come in. I'm agreeing with you.
I
I'm
I
just
can
breaking
only
it
speak.
down so can't nobody say nothing. I'm
Okay,
agreeing with you. What I'm
okay,
saying, if we talking 1700s, 1800s, even the early 1900s, there wasn't no Bloods and Crips then.
right.
Everybody was family. Everybody was cousins.
Hmm.
If it didn't matter if you was up north, out west, if you was black, you was family. Everybody was
Yeah,
family.
that's
That's
how they
my
used to
cousin.
speak, bro. Like blood, cousin blood. That was their lingo.
Hmm.
You know, I can speak on that too. But go ahead, where you was going with it.
But far as right here, after pretty much from 19, I'm gonna say when crack dropped, like when crack got big, that was when everything changed. So I'm gonna say everything from 1985 up until now, I would say without a doubt that black people, young black males, have killed more of each other than white people has killed in the last 40 years.
Big facts.
And Big Chief, you 42, so you kind of
Hmm.
grew up in the generation when Big Daddy Kane and all
Yeah,
all that stuff,
yeah.
Rakim and crack rock and stuff hit the streets in the late 80s.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
kind of seen that what happened and stuff, how it affected
Big
people.
facts. Big facts.
See, this
That's
one
why I said what I said, bro. It's more of us that killed each other than they have. You feel me? So that's why I always say, bro, we got to point the finger at ourselves, bro. It's our own people. We are our biggest fucking enemy. Yet we looking at everyone else as our enemy. We are our biggest fucking enemy, man. We the ones out. We're doing their job for them. If their job is to take us out and take as much as us out of here as they can, we're doing their job for them. They sitting back
oh,
eating off of y'all because y'all go out here and y'all buy all of these major brands. When it comes to cars, clothes, shoes, whatever, all of that shit is owned by them motherfuckers. So it's like y'all feeding them and then falling directly into their trap. Y'all doing the work for them and feeding them at the same time. That's crazy. That's crazy.
and it's like this, you gonna work for whatever you don't make. So let's just say back in the day, um we was desegregated, so we had no choice but to have our own businesses and stuff like that, our own industries and ways of making food, gardens and all that. We had no choice but to make our own because we couldn't depend on the
Big
white
fact.
man. So
Mm-hmm.
now the thing that's hard. My grandfather was born in the 30s, so he was born in what people don't know is the golden era for black farmers. Majority 90% of the farmland was owned by black people in the early 1900s. A lot of
Big
people
fact.
don't know that.
Big
So we
fact.
was making
I definitely know that.
my great grandfather got an award and a memorial in Pulaski, Tennessee, for supplying 93% of the food for everybody, blacks and whites, in the whole area.
Hmm.
So it's
Big
like
fact.
this. We think now. I'm 26, so we think that if I become LeBron James, I'm gonna affect the world. I can change the world, but that don't matter. The farmers is what changed societies. The
Hmm.
gardeners, like the plumbers, the people who build the architects. How many black kids you hear say, "Hey, I want to be an architect. I want to be.
You
I
don't
want
hear
to
none of that.
sculpt buildings. I
You don't
want to
hear
make
none of
big
that.
buildings."
But that's all. That was all a part of their plan, bro. Bro. You've heard me say multiple times. We can't get mad at them for orchestrating a plan that worked. We got to get mad at ourselves for falling victim to that shit. Like they been put this plan together, bro, and it worked perfectly for them. So it's like for those who know now, like the ones that do get it, have a clear understanding of what's being done. Now it's up to us to change this shit.
And,
But instead
and
of us coming up with some sort of way to change this shit, we study complaining about this shit. Like, why are we still complaining about shit we already know? Why we ain't coming up with some type of way we can make some changes within this shit? And we can make some changes within this shit. Y'all motherfuckers just sit back complaining too goddamn much. And then y'all wonder why they have the label, why they put the label on y'all as being ignorant niggas. That's why. What
I'm gonna
the
say
fuck?
I'm gonna say something else, Big Chief, that a lot of people ain't gonna like this. They gonna
Hmm.
really dislike this. But when it come down to this, bro, um, if we took the principles right, so say Okay, the Indians, they've been enslaved. They've had things robbed from them. They've been invaded by foreigners. Okay, so for me as an Indian, a modern Indian, I would say to myself, I play football. So I'm like, yo, if they run that play, I'm gonna be like, yo, they got 13 yards on that play. What do I gotta do to stop it? Or maybe I should take that play and run it against them.
Mm.
But in
Mm.
order to do
Come on
that,
now.
I gotta study my enemy. So a lot
Mm-hmm.
of us play sports,
Mm-hmm.
but do you really break it down? Like, okay,
Mm.
how does this
Mm.
system work? White people's
Mm.
system, Hispanics, all these different groups, they come over here and they thrive because they're
Mm.
sticking together. They have a strategic plan. It ain't just government giving them stuff. Like people be saying the government give them more stuff than us. We get the same stuff.
Now,
We
I
get
do
loans.
believe that, bro. I do believe that. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen that. I
We get the
witnessed that with
same
my
thing.
own eyes.
We get the
I
same thing
witnessed
though,
that.
bro. Look at it like this. Look
But
at
no,
you go.
listen, bro. Listen, that's happening, right? That's happening. They really is giving them checks every month and helping them live over here. But this is the thing. I'm not mad at them, like the foreigners. I'm not mad at them personally for this because if a government from some other country told all of our people, "Hey, if y'all come over here, we're gonna give y'all this, and y'all can live comfortably for the rest of y'all," we taking that too, bro.
Well, I'm
We
and they
taking
do
that too.
do
So
that.
we can't get
It's
mad at them for coming over here and accepting
it's a
that.
lot of countries that have population control and all that stuff like that. Like populate like where the places that used to be a lot of people and people don't live there no more. They will pay
Mhm.
you to move over there. Places like Italy, places like different places like Spain and stuff like that. Like I've seen that
But
before.
see, as far as us, our people, like me, you, like we have an understanding that this is our shit. So we don't plan on making those type of moves. But I'm saying, if the shoe was on the other foot, I can see why they doing what they doing. Like far as the foreigners coming over here, I'm not mad at them personally for accepting that. I'm mad at our government for doing it. For
My
sitting
thing
here
is when you look at the money that they given us for okay,
giving us what money they giving us.
look at it like this.
Only way,
You
bro.
got
Only way they giving our people's money is if a female got one of us on child support and they receiving checks every month from the government. That's the only thing they're giving to our people. So
but if you add
somebody
that
got to
up,
get put
that's
in a
millions of dollars,
situation.
man.
You
That's
know
millions. Like when you
they
talk
not
about
giving us
Section
shit.
8, when you talk about Section 8 and all that stuff like that,
Yeah, and look,
that's millions of
listen,
dollars.
bro. Listen, bro. Even with that, right? If the man is living in the home with the woman, they're not even allowed to have that. Bro, this has all been a part of their plan, bro. You feel me?
That's what
Like to
I'm
make
getting
the
at.
women like that's why it was always meant to take us out of the households, right? Because we're the muscle. You feel me? We the ones that's not gonna accept certain shit, especially when it come to them. They know how strong we are as men. That's why their plan was to take us out of the household. Why? So they can rely, so the women can rely on the government for assistance. Because
But
we're
you
not
just
there to assist them.
but
They didn't put us in a box.
you just said everything that I'm talking about. They the only reason why we're not in the positions that our ancestors was in is because of the simple fact that man and woman are the black relationship, the indigenous homes, the indigenous couples are not existing anymore. That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem. You see
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans come over here, they gonna be like they gonna be
Man.
together. You
Moving
see,
together, bro. And you
they
see,
do.
you know how our people will always crack jokes about the Mexicans, like, oh, it's 100 of them living in one house and all that. In all reality, bro, that's how you supposed to move as a unit. And
Do the
guess what,
math
bro?
though.
That one house, they might start off in that one house with about 50 of them. But guess what? They grinding. Everybody
And
working. Next
and
thing you know, they done brought another house. Then another house. Like, what?
and
Come
look at it
on,
like
man.
this. Look at this, Big Chief. You got people. Okay, I got two brothers and two sisters. They young, but guess what? When they get older, and I'm in my 30s, they'll be in their early 20s. If we
Mm-hmm.
say for instance, I haven't bought I haven't used my loan yet. You know what I'm saying? I got a home, but I didn't use my loan to get it. So you got a first time homer, they got like the first time homers loan. What if all of us said, all right, we gonna build our credit scores up, which they ain't got no credit because they just kids, but when they get to, you know, like in a few years they'll be in their 20s, and I'm like, yo, what if we come together, all 5 of us, and buy just a big mansion and a big plot of land, and we all just live on that land. But see, that's like, wait a minute, that's like, nah. I gotta go over here in this apartment, and I gotta go way over here, and I gotta have my space over here. That ain't how the other people think. That ain't how the people that's getting all this stuff, the people that's working against us, they don't think like that. You can't be a singularity. You know what I'm saying? It's like back in the day, it was the Temptations, it was the Four Tops. You don't see no groups no more. We all want to be, everybody want to be David Ruffin. Don't nobody want to sing background.
Bro,
don't nobody want to be it.
That takes me back, brother. When I say everybody has a set role to play within this universe, know your role and play your part, bro. Like I remember I broke it down. Well, we broke it down in the Discord chat, and we was like, all right, we're gonna use a basketball team as an example. You know, you got the power forward, the shooting guard, the point guard, and the center. You know, the center gonna be the best fucking center. Point guard gonna be the best fucking point guard. Shooting guard gonna be the best fucking shooting guard. The shooting guard not trying to be like the center. The center not trying to be like the power forward. You feel me? Everybody knows their role and playing their part. That's how we supposed to move. You ignorant motherfuckers.
So looking in fact, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna take the boogeyman away. I'm gonna say, no, it ain't the white man. It ain't the Chinese man. It ain't the German man. It ain't the doggone Mexican man. If we stick together, it doesn't matter. It's like Jordan and them. If Scotty lock his dude down, if Jordan get 50, if Ron Harper lock down whoever on the other side, the point guard, if Dennis Rodman get his rebounds, it doesn't matter. They're going to win.
Matter. Everybody played their part. Motherfucker Jordan can have all the points on the team. Such and such got a lot of assists. Such and such got a lot of rebounds. Such and such got a lot of blocks. Such and such got a lot of steals. Fuck you talk about. Everybody playing their part.
But guess what though? We ain't doing that. We want to imagine if you took Scotty and just put him on the team by itself, then took Jordan and put him on a separate team. That's what we doing. We mad at the enemy. We mad at the white man for us being behind, all because we won't join teams. It's like at the schoolhouse. We get on there, we get to the schoolhouse, we pick teams. We trying to play 1 versus 5. They playing 5 on. They want to play 5 on 5. We playing 1 on 5. But then we wonder why we losing. And I figured that out like a long time ago, man. Like long time ago. Look at the Wolves.
As a pack. You
ain't gonna take down no Buffalo by yourself. This system, this beast. You ain't gonna do it, bro. Oh, look how you could just study.
Like you just said, everybody want to be head honcho. That's the problem, and this is only with our people. You know, when they come to these other so-called races of people, bro, they know how to play their part. They understand their roles and they play their parts, bro. Nobody's trying to be like the next. Nobody care about being the head honcho, the leader, or being in control of everyone. You know, nobody's worried about that. People just play their part. And that's how they eat. And that's how they win. We the only ones that can't do this shit. Our fucking people.
Like I said, look at this. I give you examples. We can do it, but I'm going off what I see. We can do it, but it has to be a white man in the middle of it. With like football.
Why does it have to be that way? Why can't it be we in full control of whatever we're presenting?
That's I want to know. I mean, look at
the
NFL.
Why is that we can't be in full control? Why we gotta have someone over top of us in order for us to do any of this shit? I don't feel that way.
We see indigenous people go out there on Sunday and play football, and they playing together, but they don't take that same strategy that they had on the football field to their life. They won't do it. They'll do it if the white man is paying them. But when it comes to like I said, my little brother, our dad walked on all of us, bro. He left both of his wives. You know what? I could be like, well, you know what?
I could be like them. I could say, well, dang, my dad loved their mom more than my mom. I can say I can let all that ego and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I was a kid that got left behind, and so are they. So instead of talking about, well, we got different moms, I'm just gonna say, you know what? It don't matter. It don't even matter. I'm gonna be what I gotta be for them. And in the process of me being there for them and being a big brother, it makes me a better person. It makes me a better man.
Yeah.
So it's a circle
And
of
you
life.
also at the same time, why you think I said what I said to you earlier about you doing the work without even knowing you doing the work? By you playing that position and playing that role within their lives, you instilling something into them. Now
Yeah,
they see, now they're gonna push that energy to someone else. You feel me?
exactly.
So yeah,
That's
yeah,
all you gotta do, man. It ain't rocket science. All you gotta do is just look at, like I said, we don't. I'm gonna be real, man. Like a lot of the times, I just be looking at our people, and it's like we don't even see each other, man. Like it's like we don't see. Like I'm gonna be real, bro. Like you can see, you got people that that won't even look like help their grandmother across the street, man. Like you got people
big
that like
fact,
disrespect
big
their
fact.
grandparents, and it's like, dang, man, like that ain't our people. That ain't who we used to be, man. Like that's not who we are. Like I even now with, it's just like, dang, man, like
And when they say
you
our people lost their way,
we
bro,
lost,
if a
man.
motherfucker really sit back and see, like me personally, right? I'm installing things into my kids as far as family and how family supposed to conduct themselves as a family. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did the video yesterday on my Instagram of me eating with my son at the table. That's how families supposed to conduct themselves every day, bro. It ain't supposed to be one day, which is Thanksgiving, that a family is supposed to sit around the table and eat together. Families should sit around the table and eat together every day. That's how I was raised, bro. I had to come to the table and eat my meal with my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people that lost their way. And my
Yeah,
shit just went out. I don't even blame this generation for that, bro. I blame the generation before them because if they wasn't teaching the ways or they wouldn't keeping up or standing on the traditions as far as our people, and how we supposed to conduct ourselves as men and women, a lot of people wouldn't standing on that. So it's like, what are they seeing? So if they seeing bullshit, of course they're gonna present bullshit.
that's true.
So it's like everything starts within the home, bro. That's why I give you your flowers. I tilt my hat to you for the role that you playing within your younger siblings' life. I'm doing that with my kids. I'm doing that with my daughters. That's why I say everything starts home. Once you build your home, then you can start pushing some shit outside of that. So I'm starting within the home.
Yeah. So I mean, the Indian thing. Don't get me wrong. Like I knew when I was younger that I'm down in Alabama. Nope, like we don't have anything here but woods and deers and rabbits and squirrels. I grew up doing that stuff. So
Hmm.
I kind of already. It wasn't hard for me to know that. Oh, okay, yeah. My grandpa told me I was an Indian when I was 4 years old. But the thing is, I didn't know that that applied to everybody. Like I didn't know that it was millions of Indians across the United
Right,
States. Like, I didn't know
right.
that. I just
Hmm.
knew I was an Indian. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? And I
listen.
had
At the time, my grandmother told me this. I was what, 5, 6 years old, bro. She told me and my sister. I remember in the kitchen that we were Cherokee Indian. Now, at that time, I didn't know what Cherokee or Indian was. Yeah, so it's like it went in one ear and out the other. I'm a kid, but I remember her saying this to us though. So once I started really tapping in, and like I said, uh, 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 ran across Dane on YouTube and shit and started watching his videos and what he was speaking about. And then everything that what my grandmother said to me clicked back in my head, and I really started tapping in. I started doing my own homework, my own research on my family background, and it all added up to what my grandmother told me. Cherokee Indian shit. And I went
right,
deep back to like what,
but the
my fifth grandfather type shit, you know? But
but the
of
deep
course,
part
was gonna say,
Go
but
ahead, bro.
the deep part about it is, man, is that I asked myself this question right now. Was it the fact that I was told I was an Indian at a young age, or was it the fact that I was raised like an Indian?
Come on
So,
now.
like I said, my dad,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, my dad walked out on all of us. He walked out on his mom, his dad. He didn't. When my grandparents died 2 years ago, he didn't even go to my grandparents' funeral. That's what type of guy he is. But that didn't, like I said, one person don't destroy the tribe. You know, back in the day, it was a spirit about us. Like, yeah, you would have bad eggs. You might have a litter of puppies, and one of them might be, you know, a certain type of way. That's how I view the whole situation with how my dad was. But at the end of the
But
day,
look, hey,
that did.
bro, that take me back to something I said yesterday, bro. It's crazy that you speaking on that as far as your dad, right? Not even to cut you off, but I'm gonna go ahead and push forward with what you're saying. I was like, you know, most kids, right, when we grow up, especially men, most men want to be like their dads, or it be situations where people will put you in that box, like, oh, you're gonna be just like your dad. Like, let's say your dad was a fucked up individual, he done some type fucked up type of shit, or he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, whatever. You know, they'll tell you, oh, you're gonna be just like your dad. That's why I say we are supposed to break those chains and break those cycles, but it starts with himself, you know. So just because my dad was an alcoholic don't mean I'm gonna be an alcoholic. That's not my journey, that's not my path. But it's like when people steady pointing that on you or putting that label on you, you become that. For some people, they actually become that because they've been stored into their brain so much. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna be like my dad. Or for a female, I'm gonna be like my mom. You know? I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that's something that I commend. That's something that I commend, you know, as far as with you. Like, you're not taking on the same path that your dad took on. You know what I'm saying?
what I was,
You,
what I respect that, man. You know, and what I was gonna bring to that is, you know, when you got a tribe, one person don't break a tribe. So yeah, he might have been bad, or whatever the case may be, you know, lost his way. It didn't destroy my family was so strong as a family, as his brothers. I spent more time with his brothers than I did with him. I spent more
hmm,
time with his sisters than I did with him. So when I said when
uh,
you got a tribe, a family, one person don't destroy that, you know, and that's why I was saying, like, to us right now, like I said, if Dane Calloway don't make something happen or do this and do that, it shouldn't deter like me from doing what I'm doing way over here in Alabama. But you know,
big
we
fact.
look at
Big
politicians and
fact.
stuff like that. That's why you got to have that family unit. You know, if you ain't got
Mhm.
no family unit, you ain't gonna get nothing did. You
Big
know,
fact.
and
Mm-hmm.
I know how to, like I said, like you said, I know how to be there for them because my grandpa was there for me. So in a sense, I looked at him as a father figure. You know, I looked at him as the you know, the person that was like, oh, okay, this how you
Mm-hmm.
when something go on, you answer the door. You know, you don't send. Well, you know, grandma don't answer the door when this is going
Right.
on, or a certain
Right.
time of night. You know, you shouldn't be answering the door at a certain time of night, or this that. You know, I learned that from like watching him. You know, check
Hey,
his
bro,
animals and stuff.
I told my son this last night. I promise you, I had a conversation. I had my conversations with my son every night, and I spoke on the fact that a lot of us looked up to our grandparents more than we did our parents. Like, I promise you, bro, that's how I was on doing my upcomings. You know, I looked up to my grandmother, bro. My grandfather taught me how to be a man, how to make my bed, how to fold my clothes, how to separate my clothes in the dressers and all that, the sock drawer, the underwear. I learned all of that shit from my grandfather. You feel me?
Yeah,
Same
because they
as me
was
learning how to cook and plant and grow my own vegetables. All that came from my grandmother. I used to watch her do this in her yard, in her own gardens. You know what I'm saying? So a
and
lot of
they was
shit
the
was
last
stored into
ones.
me from them.
They would see. You gotta think about it though, bro. We talking deep now. I'm gonna pay homage to Dane on this situation. They was the last generation to be raised, like I said earlier. Is it being an Indian, told you're an Indian, or is it being raised like an Indian? They
Hmm.
was the last people to really be raised like that, which is
Big
living on
fact.
the land, doing your own thing, making your own soap, making your own uh everything, man. making your own hair products, growing
Man,
your
I
own
used to watch
food.
my grandmother do a lot, bro, from sewing and all types of shit, bro. Like, you know, I'm a
I'm
very big
be,
observer, so I picked up off a lot being in that household, you
and I'm
know.
gonna put it like this,
A
man.
lot.
This will hit people differently, but I'm gonna say this, man. Like I look at them as the gods, man. Like I looked at my grandparents as like gods, man. Like how you learn
But,
all that? How do you know how to do that? How do you know
hmm,
how do you know how to go out there and look in the ground and know know what's poisonous, know what ain't poisonous, know what's like they knew everything about the soil. Oh, this soil ain't good for crops. Or this soil is only good for this crop. Or this soil is this. Like, how do you know that? Like,
hmm.
that's some God-like stuff, man.
Yeah,
And like
that's being
we just
connected with the land. You got to be deeply connected with the land to know some shit like that. You feel me, bro? Like, bro, I told you when I be out in my yard, you be seeing me out in my yard and shit, doing my nature talks and shit. Bro, I be out there watching what animals eat, like the rabbits and shit, squirrels. Like, I watch what they be eating because whatever an animal can eat, we can eat. And I know it's
yeah.
gonna get to that time, bro, where we're gonna have to
And hey,
survive that way. You know what I'm
and
saying?
I know
So.
you big on your hair. I'm gonna say that's another thing my mom always taught me. If you can't eat it, it shouldn't
Mhm.
go on your hair. If you can't eat it, it
Mhm.
shouldn't go under your underarms. If you can't eat it,
Mhm.
it shouldn't go in your teeth to brush your teeth. I mean, if you cannot eat it,
Word.
then you can't fool with it, man.
Hmm. I agree 100%, brother. I agree
It's
100%. But like I say, our people lost their way, bro. You know. So it's either we can continue. It's either we can get back to the original ways and start pushing that, you know, or just let motherfuckers fall victim to the bullshit. You know. I'm not here. I can't change nobody's mindset but my own. You know, but I will continue to push my truth into this universe, hoping that somebody take heed to my words, apply some of this shit to your life, and get them moving. That's all I can say, you know, because ain't nothing gonna go right for you until you reach that higher level of understanding who you are, you know, truly. You feel me? Doing the work, you know, the groundwork, the sun gazing, like all that plays a part in who you are. You know, some people just haven't got to that level yet, and that's cool. You know, the knowledge hits different. You feel me? So long as the motherfucker have changed their mindset, that's a big start right there. That's a big
yeah,
start right
yeah.
there. Changing your mindset, you know.
Like I said, man,
But everything else, you know,
if somebody could just come on, like say for instance, my advice, and and I hope he's a cocky guy right now, but like for Dane, what I would do, I would go around different places in America that still got black farmers, and I would just give them the spotlight. I would record them and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you grow corn? How do you do these things? I would show that.
hmm,
You know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
don't even
that'll
like it
be
don't
lit,
matter.
bro.
It don't matter.
I
It
ain't gonna
don't
lie,
matter who
that'll
was
be
an
lit.
Indian.
That'll be some
It don't.
powerful shit right there, bro.
It don't. Like I
Hey,
said,
fuck it. Take your ideas and use them yourself. Fuck it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take those ideas and use them yourself and see where that shit go, bro. You know, fuck talking about what somebody else can do. These are ideas that you have yourself. You do it and see where that shit go. You know, start finding out who actually have farms. You know, our people
well,
who
right
actually
now,
still have farms. You know,
my
and go
family,
out there and do the work.
my cousin got a farm right now. It's called Culture Valley Farms. It's like probably
Man,
5 minutes
listen,
from
I
where I
will
live.
take me a camera, bro. I will take me a camera and I will do what you just said, bro. And I'll just start doing shit like that. Cause I never seen this. I never seen nobody go out with to farmers with cameras and do interviews with them on how people can grow their own. You know, I never seen that. So that'll be lit
Yeah,
for our people. You know, I know others who done that, but I'm saying our people.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to change the stigma of like, okay, if I want to get in a canoe and I want to I want to build a canoe and I want to go in the water and fish. Why is it like if we do it? Oh, you trying to be country? You trying to be a redneck? You trying to be like white folks? How come
Man.
you just can't be a wild man? What's
Bro,
wrong with
I was
going out?
just out there. I was just out there fishing with the white brother. When our brother, like, cause I don't look at just our kind as my people. I feel like anybody that comes with love, you're my people. You know, they don't matter about your skin complexion and shit. You feel me? I was just out there yesterday fishing with all white brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Cooling, kicking it, having deep conversations and all that, bro. Like, bro, even when it comes to them, brother, I'm not like mad at white people who were racist because that's something that was installed into them as well. Same thing, it was stuff that was installed into our people. You know, it go the same way with them. You know, they didn't wake up wanting to be that way. That's something that was installed into them. And the cycle goes on and on.
Well,
You feel
you
me?
got to
So
think
unless
about
they
it.
choose to break that, unless they choose to break that cycle, that's when that whole racism shit will end. They gotta want to
People
do that.
people look at it as sympathy, but I'm gonna be real with you. Back in the day, it was kids just be like, be friends with black kids, and they be like, man, like, why do we got to kill him, or why do we hate him? If they don't
Mm,
do it, they'll kill you.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Ain't
right,
nobody talk about that. Ain't nobody talk about how the kids be like, kids of white people like have to deal with like the fact that if you don't do it, you get taken off the wheel. If you don't do it, you can't tap into your family's anything, your lineage. You get like xed out of everything. So
mm,
I mean, you gotta think about it. What if it was on the other foot? What if black people was the antagonizer? What if we was the antagonizer of this whole thing? And what if your dad came in there and said, "Hey, if you don't kill that little white boy over there, you getting cut off the wheel. You getting kicked out of the house. You can't come to the
right,
family reunion no more. Are you willing to
right.
do that? Don't
So
like
it's
we
like,
can't talk
you
about
know, think like if it's situation, if that's the way that it was going, come on now. If you're being put in that type of situation, what the fuck you gonna do as a
that
kid? You know what I'm
we all
saying? If your parents
we
telling you shit like this, you
we
know,
all been kids before. We all know kids are impressionable. And I don't believe like I don't believe a lot of people say, well, people just born hating. I don't believe that because I know for a fact if you get a bunch of babies of all races and put them in the same in the same crib, they're gonna just be having fun together. They don't know if they
big
black,
fact.
white. They don't know anything.
Big fact. They is
Hate
not
is
thinking
taught.
about no color, man. They is not thinking about. That's why I say this shit was stored into these kids
I'm
by the
telling you,
parents.
I didn't even
So
know
it's like
when
unless a
I was
motherfucker
younger.
break those chains, break those cycles, that type of shit gonna continue. But I see it. I seen a change within that. Like me personally, bro. I had this conversation with the white brother yesterday. Like I've never been in a situation where I really had to deal with racism. Like it might have been two, three situations out of my whole 42 years of living where I really had to deal with like some heavy racism type shit. Other than that, bro, I never, I've been kicking it with white people all my life, bro. Like even as
I
a
ain't gonna
kid,
lie.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm down south, so I
Right? So
know.
it's different. I know you had to deal with it. It was totally different down there. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I really never had to, deal with that. All the white people that I ever ran across from a kid on up, was genuine. It was love. That's why I say my people are those who come with love. Because all the white folks that I done met, bro, they was not like that. They never spoke racism or none of that shit to us. It was a white lady and a white man and his wife, Mr. Joe and Miss Isabel. I remember them like I was probably like 4 years old, bro. Cause my mom was one of those people that will take people in. If you going through something, bro, you got set out your house, you don't have no food. Like my mom was that mom. You know what I'm saying? So I remember a lot of people that used to live with us and shit. And it was a white lady named Miss Isabel and her husband named Mr. Joe. They was from Italy. Bro, sweetest people in the world, man. Sweetest people in the world, bro. I
Cause
remember
I'm
the
gonna tell you
toys that
something. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I noticed that hate. And this a lot of people. Oh, you ain't telling the truth. You ain't being real. I met people all around the world, Romania, Britain,
hmm
all these places. A lot of them European people who just came over here, they don't even know nothing about the stuff that the white people do in America. They don't even know nothing about that.
Right,
A lot of them
right.
people really don't be knowing, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. That's
So
big
when
fact.
a lot of times they throw white people in, I'm like, what about the folks that just got over here like literally 10 years ago? Don't know nothing about the 1800s and the Klan and all that. Like every white person ain't like that, man.
hmm hmm
Now, I ain't saying I want to necessarily, do anything with them because I'm gonna be real. I don't trust them when it comes to land. I don't. When it, like getting land in somebody's name, I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
I agree to you. I agree with you on that. You feel me? I trust them to an extent. You feel me? I trust them to an extent, but when it comes to certain shit, that shit got to be done by us on our own.
But like,
we can't have any other hands. We can't have any other hands in that.
No.
Only hands should be in that pot is our own, bro. The same way they build on their own and they make sure they people are straight. We got to do the same for ours. Ain't none of us playing a part in what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
So they shouldn't play a part in nothing that we're doing.
Right. So you got your own. That's why I said it. If people read, literature or whatever you want to call it, they would understand. It said in the scriptures, every man shall have his own. It said that, man. Like people scheme over things like that. Like that's some real talk. It ain't about being controlled by just one thing, like everything being monopolized. That ain't real, man. Because if that was the case, everybody wouldn't have their own mind.
I don't know. I mean, like I say all the time, bro, I see it getting better before I see it getting worse. And the only reason I say that because I see more of my younger brothers and sisters that's waking up versus my generation coming up. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta think you're in the matrix, man. We're inside of a matrix. We're inside of this
Listen,
this
I
thing.
just told my brother. I told my brother the other day, right? I said we in it, but we out it, right? And I only speak for those who had their awakenings. Like our mindset is outside of the matrix, but we're still living in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's certain shit we still have to deal with. Well, we don't have to deal with it. We choose. Everything is a choice. We choose to deal with it. And two were able to break the system. We definitely had to, work with it.
Well, the longer you in it, that's the thing. It's kind of like prison, right? The longer you stay in there, the more of an animal you become. So somebody that's been in there 3 months, they're not going to be is the same type of beast as somebody that's been in there 15 years. That's kind of the matrix is the same way. The longer you stay in it, the longer you stay in the game, in the system, the more and more you lose yourself, man. And that's all that is. I mean, and that's why I said, if you in a big city, it's going to be 10 times worse because of the fact that you got all these ideologies. See, down here, you got the white church, you got the black church, you got the Klan, and that's it. You don't got anything else. Like, it ain't nothing down here. It's just woods and trees and animals. It ain't a lot of things
but yeah,
that you can really be.
The city life, bro, you heard me speak about that before too, as far as being in the cities and being in the countries, bro. The cities is the cages. I consider being in the city as being in a cage, bro. When you're in the country, you more tapped in with nature. You feel me? You outside of a lot of the controlling.
Exactly.
Me being down here where I'm at now, I'm in the country now. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. I see the difference as far as being there and being here.
Look at how I don't know, like people are gonna say, oh, they control, they on TV, but look at Shannon Sharp and Charles Barkley. If you look at them dudes, they ain't politically correct. Those guys will say anything. That's what it is down south. Like whatever you gotta say, whatever analogy you want to use, that's on you. You got your own way of talking. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no just one way to do something. I'm down. Like I said, I've been in Alabama all my life. I just felt like it wasn't nobody making me do anything other than working on the land and all that. But far as the way I talk, it wasn't no set like, oh, you got to wear these Jordans or you can't be fly. You got to wear these Timbs or you got to be a Raiders fan or you got to watch the Nets. Like we didn't have no football team down here. No pro team. So I mean, it's like you just do your own thing. Literally do your own thing.
Right.
And I'm actually harder on people down south.
I look at it as a good thing, no choice, bro. I look at it as a good thing though, bro. And if I was you, I would too. Like me coming from the city and me adapting to that city life for so long, like what you saying, I look at it as a good thing. You know, I feel like being in the country, you have more control of your life versus being in the
Yeah,
city,
you do.
where you got so much shit going on. Being in the country, you get more of a peace of mind as well. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Because it
I've
ain't
been
too much
handling
going on.
I've been handling weapons my entire life. So when I hear about places, up north, it's like, oh, okay, y'all can't have this, and you don't even need a license down here. You got open carry, free carry. People down here, people still carry the Western pistols and the cowboy hats down here. People still do that. And cops don't even say
Mhm.
nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm like,
Mhm.
when I hear, oh, you got to get a license, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm like, what? Rick, what you mean? I've been dealing with hunting rifles, pistols, revolvers, all that my whole life. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody, ain't
Me
nobody
too.
in my family died or we ain't never accidentally killed. Nothing like that's ever happened. You know, we used to shoot. We used to hang out, and people would have their moonshine or whatever, and we would set up cans. We would set up glass bottles, and we would just shoot those bottles. And whoever's the best
That's
shot
that real.
get
That's
like
that real wild Indian shit there.
that's real talk.
That's that real wild Indian shit there, G. You hear me?
Man, let me tell you
That's
something. My
why I got
grandpa
that shit
died.
in my arm, bro. That's that tattoo say "Born Wild with the Indian Spirits." Yeah.
When my grandpa died, me and my uncle did the same thing. Got cigars, got Budweiser, whatever case he wanted to drink, and we just shot glass bottles until he was all right, and that was what he did when his
Right.
dad died. And I'm like
Right.
that's that's just how he coped with it because that was the stuff that him and his dad would do.
Right.
You know,
Man. I was just telling my son, bro, why, for a while I used to wonder because I was always fascinated with guns, bro. Like, everybody that know me know, bro. Like, bro, it's guaranteed that I got a gun. Like, that's
hey,
just a well-known fact. But look, I'm telling my son, like, well, my grandfather was a Buffalo Soldier. He was part of the
yeah,
10th Cavalry.
we was the Cowboys. I was gonna bring that up, man. We was the blacksmith, bro. Like people be talking about Indians didn't have guns. Who do you think was making the guns, bro? We was the blacksmith. We was
Mm-hmm.
making those guns, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We was welding those swords. We was making the pocket knives. We was making
Big
those
fact.
cannons and stuff. That was us, man.
We were the creators of everything, bro. Like, they try to put these labels on these other folks and shit and make it like, they invented certain shit, bro. Everything came from us, bro. Everything. Literally everything came from us.
The camera was invented by us. The stoplight. I mean everything,
See,
man. I
that's
mean
because
tomato.
our people don't know the real history, like our real history. Only his story.
And
Get what
I'm
I'm
gonna tell you
saying?
another thing. They need to stop with all this TP stuff, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. They need to stop with all this. We was living in brick houses, bro. We was living in homes. We had electricity back then. We was using water to create electricity. We had all types of stuff, man. We wasn't just living in no TP. That ain't true, man. We was
Believe
living
it.
in the same thing we living in now. How you think when they go dig up these places, they find these old buildings and stuff like that under these old cities where black Indians was living? How do you think we was building that? How do you think we was constructing these things? We wasn't just living in the dark, man. Or no lanterns. You know what I'm saying? It was you take the Ferris wheel and you put the water on there, you got electricity right there. We was doing
Mm,
that already back then. Clean
big,
energy.
big
We wasn't
fact.
just standing in the dark. And you gotta think about it. Remember, what's his name? Benjamin Franklin. He got credit for inventing the electricity, but he really got it from the slave that he owned. It was him that did it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. See, a motherfucker wouldn't know that if those stories wouldn't put out there, bro. That's what I'm saying. Even you speaking what you speaking now, bro, like this is something that you could be speaking on your own platform. I would want you to create your own platform, bro, and just start giving your truth. Shit that as far as history and all of that. Even that plan you said about, going out there and interviewing the farmers, bro. I think that's something you should actually do.
Yeah. I
If you
mean,
choose to or
I
not,
would
I
say
feel like that's something you can do. And by you already having somebody in your family that has a phone, that's where you can start, bro, and just go from there. Because I'm pretty sure whoever that is, your family member, know other people that has farms as well. You can
Yeah,
go from there, bro.
it's crazy enough, man. It's ironic because he's young like me. He's like, he's 10 years older than me, but he's still young. Our grandfathers were first cousins. They grew up together on that same land. So he moved to Cali, and he's just coming back to pretty much start the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Take over the farm from his dad. And that's like what you call that's like a legacy, you know. A lot of times people don't think about that. Like, I grew up in a family where you had guns, you had crescents, you had rings, you had stuff passed down. That's how Indians live, bro. Like, I got my great grandfather's gun that was passed down to his son and his sons, and now I'm the great grandson. Now it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Indians would do. Like, I got my grandfather's leather coat, the first coat he ever bought that was full real leather, brown. I got his coat. That's the stuff Indians would do. Pass down loins, pass down stuff like that, swords and stuff. That's the type of people they were. It's like, oh, I use this sword to kill many buffalo, or protect my family.
That's how I know that shit really in the nigga blood, bro.
I mean, I got my grandfather's field knife that he used to use to kill hogs with and stuff like that, and provide for his family. And I mean, that field knife is older than me. I'm just 26. It's just so much that, like I said, that's why I said it's bigger than just reading books and knowing you're an Indian. Like, it's the way that the lifestyle. That's like saying that's like saying, hey, here go a ball, but here go a basketball, but I'm just gonna give you the ball and let you figure the rest out. But you got to learn how to play the game first before you can even really have the ball.
Come on, now.
Play the game.
That's why I tell them, bro. Like you said, it ain't about just knowing you're an Indian and whatever the case may be. It's living life on it. Like, and if a motherfucker look back on your upcomings and all that from a kid on up, a lot of the games that we played, everything. Cause I was more of an outside kid. You know what I'm saying?
You know the Indians made that games, bro. They made baseball.
I come from a generation where outside was life, right? You look now, bro, it could be nice as days outside. You would expect a bunch of kids to be outside doing outside activities. You don't see none of that.
Well, I'll put it like this.
Because they controlled by these systems, these game systems, and the phones and the tablets and whatever the case may be. So they don't really experience that type of life. That's why my son down here with me now, he goes outside every day, goes fishing, going by the water. He's doing outside activities. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to the original ways of life. That's all.
The last ones. I'm 26. I was born in 1998. I was the last generation that was born before the internet. So with me, I had a Nintendo 64 and a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 or whatever. So how we did that was we was the last generation to be like this. We only played video games if it was raining outside. If it wasn't raining, we would be outside. That's how I treated games.
I just told my son that, bro. I just told my son that. I'm not saying that we didn't have system. I had every last game, bro. I go back to the Ataris. I had an Atari. That's one of the first games.
One with remember when they had Bo Jackson on there? The one with Bo Jackson.
I had all that. So it's like, I'm not saying, we didn't play the game systems and shit. We wasn't controlled by the game systems. Like you just said, only time niggas to get on the game is when it's like raining outside or something. Or, nigga might be punished. Nigga can't go outside, so a nigga on the game. Whatever the case may be. Or when it's time to go in the house. Because we had curfews back then. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker had to be in the house at a certain time. So when it's time to go in the house, all right, that's when it's time to get on the game.
Hey, this how I'm old. I'm young, but I ain't that young. because I remember we had to be inside by the street light. When the street light came on, we had to be inside.
My cousin just posted a picture right on Facebook like last week of the street light, and she like, if anybody know this, if you know what time it was when this come on, and had time to go in the house or whatever, and that's what it was. Motherfucker knew when that street light come on, it's time to go to fucking the house. It's officially dark. You feel me? It's time to go.
Real talk. And if you had to be in there before it came on.
Yeah.
If it came on and you were still out there, you gonna get a whooping.
Yeah. Man, you getting a whipping. I like the brother I said I was talking to at the water fishing yesterday, bro. The white brother. We was talking about that, man. Cracking up like a motherfucker, talking about how we used to get our ass whipped when we was little. I'm like, man, my mother used to make me go outside and get a branch, a switch off the tree. He was like, man, I used to have to do the same thing, like that. That's another thing.
Like this though, even animals, right? Everybody be like, oh, that's the white man disciplining your kids. No, let me tell you something. Even animals discipline their kids. You ever see how them mother bears and stuff be grabbing hold to them other bears when they do something bad and chewing on them and stuff? That's discipline, bro. You gotta teach discipline.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure you have to teach that. But this is the thing that our peoples need to understand, overstand. Like, it doesn't have to be you putting your hands on the child, bro. Like, in order to discipline that child, man. Your voice can do a lot. Like, bro, I have 3 sons. Everybody know when it comes to boys, they knuckleheads. They the worst. Bro, I've never had to beat my kids.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
I've never had to beat my kids.
I'm gonna be real. I got little sisters, and I had older cousins that was like older sisters. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think the girls and be more sneakier than the dudes a lot of the times.
The girls are more sneakier, but the boys are more dangerous. Like, they liable to get into some reckless shit. You feel me?
But see, the thing is, the outcome is this.
In the right direction.
Look at it like this, and this is why Granddaddy did the way he did with the girls. If a boy do something bad, he'd go to jail. I mean, that's messed up. But if a girl do something wrong, she can get pregnant, bring another person into the family, bring another mouth to feed. It's a lot more to lose when you got a daughter, as far as something bad happening than it is.
I mean, shit, that depends on how you're looking at it. Because I wouldn't say that that's a loss. Bringing another creation into the world, that's never.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with having a kid. I'm talking about, say she got an abusive boyfriend and he beating on her, then you got to deal with him, and then she love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she love him. So then you got to. It's complex, man. Like, it's
bro. I spoke about that as well, bro. People that had sisters and shit, and the boyfriends. I was always one to tell my sister this, right? I'm like, you already know how I get down. This is when I was, in the streets. Like, you already know how I get down. So if you call me for any of that, you know what's going to happen. It ain't me coming through and us beating the nigga up, and then y'all end up getting back together. Then he do something again. We coming through again, beating his ass. No, we're not doing none of that. If I pull up, he out of there. Point blank, period. So if you don't want that to happen, y'all better get it together.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where I was at.
Like, I had I said people that they had, girlfriends or whatever, and it would just be what it was. But in this case, with girls, it was like, man, it's so personal because she's sensitive and she's in love, and it's just different when you're dealing with the women in the family.
Yeah, it is. But once you learn,
you can't be hard on her. You can't be too hard on her because you would drive her away. You know what I'm saying? Because
listen, most men don't take time to learn a woman. I'm a man who actually took time to learn a woman. And I understand that a lot of shit come from their upcomings, and their upcomings was a lot different than ours. As far as the shit that they had to go through, the traumas. You know what I'm saying? The traumas that a woman had to face was way deeper than the ones that us men had to face. I do know that for sure. So I know that a lot of the aggressiveness, the angry, the attitudes, and all of that comes from a woman comes from that. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me feeding into that, I'll ever, have a conversation. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and let them know I know that that's where that come from. I'll tell my girl quick, like, I know that's not for me. Like, if she got an attitude and she giving me that shit, but I know for sure it's not for me. She just taking it out on me. I'll tell her quick, that's not for me. I get it. I'll let you rest for a while. I'll call you back later. We do shit like that. Then tap back in and it's all love again. But I
Right.
understand a woman.
And like I said, I was, I ain't it was more say just looking at the younger, like having a younger sister and like how much pressure to, like, okay, when do you intervene? Like, how bad does it got to be? And what do you like? When do you let her learn on her own, and then be like, okay, well, she got to learn her own thing. But then at the same time,
After the first situation, after the first situation, bro, after the first time that you gotta go do some shit like that and maybe whip the nigga ass or whatever. Me personally, I'm a man, right? So, and I feel like conversation rules the nation, right? So if he put his hands on my sister, of course I gotta put my hands on him. But after we do that, we're gonna have this man-to-man conversation, bro. So it's like either this is gonna continue or it's not gonna continue to happen. Because if I gotta come back, I'm taking you away from here. So it's either y'all gonna get it together, bro, or that's what it's gonna be. Cause I'm not gonna continue to come and keep putting my hands on you, bro. That's
you
my
got another,
sister.
you got another
All
one
right, man.
where,
At the end of the
and
day.
this is, you know how many girls that what they do, like say, they move away or whatever because of stuff like that. Like he's abusing, and then she knows what you finna do, so then she distances herself, which makes it worse because she distancing herself because she know what you gonna do to him.
Right.
So
Right.
that's it. Like
Yeah.
I said, that's why I said, like I said, your boys you got to worry about a lot, but it's way more complex with girls.
But that's
Way
what
more
I
complex.
mean. That's what I meant, bro. What I just said, the traumas that a woman has to go through is way deeper than the ones that us men go through. I just said that. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right, man. You 100% right. I mean, that's why that's why the Indians had a matriarchal principles. I don't think I really heard, a lot of people speak on that much. They speak on what the Indians did, but they don't really talk about their spiritual system. They were matriarchal, so they protected their women a certain type of way because of the same stuff we speaking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They didn't allow certain things, to happen that we let happen now.
Right. And I'm bigger on that too, bro. I just spoke about that on my live the other day. I was always big on protecting the women, bro. Like every fight, my first fights I got into in school was me punching somebody for talking crazy to my sister. Like I done beat two dudes up, two twin brothers or whatever, man. I remember my first fight in the yard coming out of school, bro. Dude was talking crazy to my sister, disrespected her. Pop both of them in the mouth, So I was always one. I didn't intervene on situations that ain't had nothing to do with me, bro. Like I didn't even know these people. Like just being out and seeing a man about to put his hands on a woman or some shit. Like I could have lost my life for intervening on these type of situations, bro. But I'm just one that I'm not gonna be in the presence of seeing something like that and just allowing it. I ain't even like my homeboys when they argue with their baby mothers or whatever the case may be, and I'm in the presence. You know how many fights I had to break up, bro, with my homeboys and they girls? Like many. I done got punched by doing this shit. So I was always big on that. That's how I know I am who I am. Ain't no telling me no different, man.
Right. And like I said, I hope we didn't trigger anybody by what we're saying. I like I said, try to be delicate.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I'm about to tap out up here too, bro. I'm about to tap out and shit, man. Unless you got something else that you want to present out this bitch, we can definitely go. I'll go.
Nah, we good, man. Like I said, we said what we needed to say, and it was
sure. for sure.
We you know what I'm
And
saying?
again, I'm gonna say this again, as I said in the beginning, this was no shots towards the brother DaneCalloway. I respect that brother and his wife for everything that they have done. It's just I've witnessed some things along the years, and I've witnessed some changes, and I spoke on that. You know, actually, I spoke on the issue that I had, as far as within the 13% chat. But other than that, I don't have nothing against anyone. I'm not doing this shit for no clout. I'm not putting nobody names in my captions for no clout. Because if anybody knows me, y'all know I don't entertain the entertainment world at all. Like I don't speak on celebrities. I don't speak on nobody outside of self. I don't do that shit. So I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not trying to get those subscribers. I'm not trying to get his people to join my fucking YouTube. None of that shit. You know, I'm just here to speak my truth. And they were my truth. That's all and that's it. Love is love. Shout out to the brother DaneCalloway and his wife and his kids. His whole family. You know what I'm saying? Love is love, but I am who I am.
Yeah,
I
that
got a
celebrity
voice
stuff,
too.
I ain't with
You
that.
know, I got
ain't with no
messages to get out here into the universe too.
like you know, I'm obviously like I care about you know, if Eddie Murphy make another movie or whatever case may be, but I ain't finna talk. That ain't got nothing to do with the land. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does Cat Williams got to do with the land? What that got to do with you know, like that don't make sense to me. Like, how you can't. It's like this. You can't serve two masters. You know what I'm saying? You can't be all about the Indians 1 minute, then turn into doggone TMZ. You know what I'm saying? And be all about Cat Williams and celebrities and stuff like that. That don't mix together. Where'd he go?
Yeah, that's how I know it's time for me to go. They just knocked me completely out.
Dang.
They just
Yeah, I
knocked
don't
me
know.
completely out, bro. But you know, that was my only thing, bro. I just had to get some things off of my chest and, you know, give my truth
Yeah.
towards the situation as far as with that brother. And that was it. You know, it's all love, bro. I'm not here to speak against anyone. You know, I'm only here to give my truth. That's all and that's it, man. But if you got anything else you want to say, bro, you can go ahead and put your truths out there.
No, man. I'm finna get ready for tomorrow, man, and get ready to get up and stuff. So I guess we can just talk some more tomorrow or whenever you're ready, But I think we gave him enough for tonight.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Well, I appreciate you, my brother,
I
for
mean, you
pulling up,
crazy.
locking in with me, giving your
This is
truth
crazy.
towards this situation.
We've been on here an hour and 33 minutes, and I feel like we went around the whole world.
Oh yeah.
We talked.
Oh yeah. And guess what? All voices was heard. I promise you that. These messages is definitely gonna get sent through the universe, and those who is meant to get
Oh,
to is gonna get to 'em.
somebody just said something. They said, I feel like if a man has an issue with another man, then that man should bring it to his attention by reaching out to him. I don't think that person understands
I
who
mean,
we dealing with.
if if if
He ain't
you
trying to do that.
if you're referring that to us speaking about Dane, I don't really have that big of an issue to even do that. You know what I'm saying? And if you were listening in the beginning when I first started this, I said I've done that. You know, I've reached out to that brother personally after the situation happened. Now the situation not even that deep to me.
No, it's not deep.
It's really not. You
It
know,
really ain't
the
my
only
beef.
reason I even chose to speak today is because of a video that my brother right here sent me. You know, and some things that was being said within that video. I'm like, you know, then it just made me think back on the whole situation that I went through on Discord, and certain things were just adding up. You know, I mean, it's just my personal feelings. I don't have that big of an issue to be, you know, pulling nobody up directly. I already tried to, you know, take that route.
He ain't
You know,
trying to
I'm a
meet.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Like
a man.
y'all act like the person that's
Listen.
saying this acts like he just gonna say he ain't trying to be like he not trying to meet nobody for real, for real. He ain't trying to get
Yeah,
on
like
nobody's and talk like that.
even if a motherfucker was to take that route, like I said, I already did. You
He
know,
carrying. Listen,
I'm not one to keep sitting around messages that a motherfucker back to back. If I know you seen the first message, I'm not gonna keep messaging you. You know, I'm not stalking somebody to have a conversation with them. I'm not doing
I'll put
that.
it.
That's why I labeled this my message to DaneCalloway. Cause this is my way of getting my message to him. You know, now I'm not expecting him to reach back out to a motherfucker, none of that. You feel me? I'm not looking for anything outside of this. You know, nor am I trying to gain any views, likes, or subscribers. I
I'm
don't
gonna
care
put it
about
like
any
this.
of that.
He moved like a politician, all right? So, most politicians that do all that talking on TV, but if it was just like, all right, let's talk, Trump. Hey Biden, what's your phone number? Let's talk turkey. He don't really want to talk for real. That's kind of how they move, bro. This is real talk. He ain't really trying to talk to nobody for real, for real. He only want to talk to people who gonna suck him off and oh man, you're a legend, you're amazing. He don't want to talk real.
Man,
So
I'm a leader. I'm a leader myself. I'm a chief, big chief. I have my own tribe. You feel me? So I'm not out here worried about what somebody else is doing. Like I'm not speaking on nobody else's life or none of that shit, bro. However that man choose to move, that's how he move. I'm gonna move how I move, regardless of how anyone else is moving. You know, like I said, I only came up here to speak my truth towards that situation, and that was it. You know, I'm not on here dissing nobody, down talking anybody, or none of that. You know, people feel how they feel about Dame because that's how they feel. Like my brother, you know, he been tapped in with him for a while, and he's saying some changes as well within him. Now, I'm not gonna speak deep on that, and you know, we could, you know, we could if we chose to, but I don't want to get into all that. The reasons behind why I feel the way I feel, or the things that I witnessed, you know, as far as these changes within these people, you know, love is love at the end of the day.
yeah. And the thing about it, the same people that got a
You said
problem with
Dame wasn't wrong for saying no to an interview. Who interview he said no to? Oh, see, he talking about the goddess.
yeah, he talking about the girl, yeah. That's what he talking
Okay,
about.
okay.
I guess that's what he talking about. Nah,
I
he like I
mean,
said, he ain't wrong for doing that. But I'm gonna put it like this. If you talking about building people up and you talking about how people built you up and helped you, you should do the same for others if you got opportunity. It don't cost no money to get on to show your face on somebody's thing. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this: would your enemy do it? Would your enemy do it? This is my beef, man. A lot of the times when black people
oh,
are trying to build,
my
build,
apologies, goddess.
uh,
My apologies.
a lot of times when black people are trying to build something, I can get a white person to respond faster than I can get one of my own. They don't see. That's what I'm saying. With a lot of times we only support each other when we already big. We don't like to support people when
Big
they
fact.
coming up, and
Big
that's
fact.
the issue.
Big
That is the
facts.
issue that I got.
That's a big issue. You know, that's a
Look at
big
rap.
issue, man.
Look at
Like,
artists and stuff like that. When you an artist, bro, think about this. Everybody be talking about all these musicians be selling out. Look at it like this, bro. When you rapping in your basement and you in your house writing songs and you and nobody, all they do is make fun of you and say, "Oh, you would never be this." But guess what? A white person to come along, sign, give you that money,
and give you that
Big
contract
fact.
because they see
Big
potential in
fact.
you. They see potential
That's
in
a
you,
fact.
and they want to invest
That is
money.
a fact.
All black people got to do is do the same thing the white man do. Invest in each other when we nothing. Invest in land when ain't nothing there. All you got to do is do that. So I ain't saying they ain't got to reach out and do
Nobody
everything for
said.
everybody.
I mean, she said Dane doesn't owe nobody nothing. Okay. I mean, I agree. I agree 100% with you on that. But I'm not sitting here saying.
Listen, ain't
I
nothing
mean,
wrong
I
with
don't
being
know if that's
paid.
directed towards me or what. But
Listen, I
I
don't know
can't
what
speak
she's
on
talking
any of
about.
that because I don't have nothing
Ain't
to do with that situation. As far as with the goddess and
ain't nothing
her
wrong
getting
with
the interview, I can't speak on that. So
listen, ain't nothing wrong with Dane getting paid. I'm not talking about that. But if you don't carry yourself as a leader and saying you're here to make a difference, then it is what it is. And making a difference is giving people being that voice of reason. You shouldn't be as childish as the people in your comment section. The
I
things you
mean, you
say.
can't say an unknown YouTuber though, goddess. You gotta stop putting these labels. These are still our people.
You
Like
can't do
that's the
that.
problem, man. Like we gotta stop
That ain't
speaking
what
down on
happened.
our
That
people.
ain't what happened.
I'm not gonna
Listen,
label somebody an unknown YouTuber. She's a
first of all,
well-known individual, just like all the rest of us. Ain't
listen,
nobody bigger than nobody else. We all
you
the
talking
same.
about
We
you
every
talking
last
about
one of us is a DaneCalloway.
you
You
talking
know what
about
I'm saying? So don't
the
speak
girl with
down on
such
nobody.
that ain't what happened. This is what happened. The girl messaged him. He talked to her. They had established a rapport. I'm gonna just tell the truth. They had established a rapport and they were tight. That girl went to college and everything for studying ethnographic and all that stuff like that. So she's decorated in that industry. She's decorated in that field. She ain't just some person just picked up a book and just said, I'm gonna be deep. She actually went to college and invested money into that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Writing papers and
What's not
everything.
true, goddess? She said that's not true. What's not true?
He had
Everything
text
I
messages
speak
and
is true.
everything. She was on the phone with him. He said that he was going to do a meeting and then he reneged on it and unfollowed her and disappeared. And this, I'm going to tell you why he did it. It ain't having to do with him owing nobody nothing because they ain't been getting on small people's channels for years. The only reason he made a big deal out of it is because his wife is insecure about women being around him. So his wife thinks that every single girl that talks to him that's a Niji or an indigenous woman wants him. So his wife don't want nobody saying nothing to him. If it's a woman. That's what it is. It ain't and Dane, like I said, Dane ain't trying to call waves in his home. He, letting his wife is in control or whatever case may be. So he just said, all right, cool. But he made it seem like it was about her being an unknown YouTuber. That ain't got nothing to do with it. This is about his wife being insecure about other women. When the majority
At
of the
least
Nietzsche community, the
I
majority of his
said I don't know the
followers,
whole backstory behind that, bro. You know more than I do.
that's what
But
it's
like as
about,
far
bro.
as putting labels on people, I don't appreciate that. Calling her an unknown YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't be putting those labels on our own people. And I don't know if you were saying that's not true when I said all of us are as a Dane Calloway, we are. He ain't no bigger than neither one of us. You know what I'm saying? He might have came across a lot more information that he's able to present to our people, but we all have a role to play as well. Y'all just don't understand y'all roles yet. So y'all not able to play your part. I understand my role and I'm playing my part. I can't speak for anyone outside of self, you know? But my brother, like I said, my brother know more about that whole situation than what I do.
Hey, I respect what Miss. I wish she would actually come up here because I would like to talk to her. Miss,
Yeah, I like to speak to people face to face as well.
yeah, Miss Aborigin, or whoever she said she asked him for an interview. He sent her the link to his team, and she said, what they'll talk about it. He said that's cool. Then she lied and said that he said yes. Well, I'll put it like this.
I don't know.
I
Like
had
I
to.
said,
I had to.
this
Like I said, she showed the DMs on there. She showed the DMs on her channel. So I don't know how Like I said, I ain't against nobody, but just for me on the outside looking in, from what I seen on her, my assessment was she was a woman, and Dane's wife don't really like you don't know what happened in Discord. So in Discord, they were sending messages. Women were sending nude pictures
I
and stuff
mean,
together.
if she's saying he said that's cool, ain't that basically agreeing to it, though? Like if he's saying she asked him for an interview and he said that's cool, ain't that agreeing to it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
asking
mean,
questions
like you
right
gotta
now.
remember too. You gotta remember too. Dane is from DC and so is she. So they from the same she knew Dane or whatever. So I don't
Right.
know. I don't know, man. Like I said, it ain't no big thing. Ain't no big thing. But I will say,
Hey, ain't no big thing to me neither. I don't know the situation, you know. Shout out to both of them. You know what I'm saying? The god and the goddess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that situation, but you know, if that's the
I
way
just
that it
think
went,
it's
I would feel some type of way as well if that's how the situation went. You know, if he was
I'll put
supposed to
a
lock in with her and did an interview and gave the okay to that interview and then didn't do it, yeah, I would feel some type of way.
well, this is what I was told. He
Anybody
just
would.
kept rescheduling. He just kept rescheduling, then all of a sudden he just blocked her and didn't say anything. So I
He
don't think
said
she was mad about.
she does not know Dane. I mean, I don't know. I can't say I agree with you or disagree with you because I don't know.
So hey, so what's your beef with the girl then? Like I said, I known Sharice for almost a year, but I don't know everything. What's your beef with her, Miss Aborigine? Like,
Yeah, because I feel like obviously you must had some sort of
she,
encounter with her
yeah,
before.
you
You had
she
to if
talking.
you know all that. She said you are not saying what happened.
What happened then? Tell me what happened. What happened? What are you talking about? I can only go off the video
Hey,
that I
can you come
seen.
up here? Because I will
Yeah, this
extend the
is good.
time if you
I
able
want
to
to
pull
know.
up.
I don't know. Like I said, hey, if you know more than me, fine. I ain't got no ego. You can have it. I just want to know what's going on.
I mean, you're just speaking your truth based off of what you heard, right, bro? Or what you
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I'm going. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just going off
Like
what I
I
seen.
can't speak on it at all because I don't know that situation, you know. That's why I'm just listening.
All I was told, and from what I seen on the thing, because I was there when she showed the messages. She was just showing something about Dane meeting with her and on like having a conversation about something, and they had scheduled a date to do it, and then it kept getting changed, and then he just blocked her out of nowhere. And the reason why I brought up the whole thing with his wife is because during the times of the Discord days, women used to be DMing Dane. It's over 11,000 women, 11,000 people. Majority of them is women. They was DMing him and trying to get with him. So it made Dane's a married man. I respect that.
Now, I
So
remember Dan talking about that on one of the discords. I do remember that. I do remember him speaking about that on the Discord and shit. You know.
she didn't make that up. She had the DMs and everything. Dane done this to multiple people. It wasn't just her. Dane had beef with Big Chief, and Big Chief didn't do nothing to him. Dane
Hmm.
kicked him out and blocked him. So you
At
really can't
all.
say
I
that.
ain't had no beef.
You
Never
can't
had
say
no
that.
beef, no issues, and
You
that
can't
came
say
from his moderators.
I ain't gonna say. Listen, I ain't saying she perfect, whatever. But I'm saying he got a history of being close and talking to people and saying stuff and then disappearing. He done that before. Now it don't matter. Hey, it is what it is. It's Discord, but
Yeah,
he's done that
yeah.
before. He done that to Big Chief. That's all he's
He
saying.
definitely did. He definitely did. And like I said at the beginning, I tried to reach out to the brother, you know, to have a man-to-man conversation because I know he didn't know the full details behind the situation that happened at all. He just went off of what his moderator said to him. And I didn't
That's what I'm
respect that.
saying.
Because if you're a
That's
man,
what,
you will have that man-to-man conversation as men, especially if it's somebody that's been supporting you since day one,
and
you
that's the
know?
reason why. Listen, and that is the reason why I
I
said
said
about
his
his wife.
moderator. I don't know what you're talking about, Goddess. I
She
said the
said you
moderators is the
saying his
ones that went back
moderators.
and told him some
And
shit.
now you saying him. It is listen, it is what it is. If I meet up with George W. Bush and his bodyguards is all around him and I say, hey, let me talk to him, and I gotta talk to them before I talk to him, that's an extension of him.
Right.
His moderators is an extension of him. That is what it is. That's with
Big facts.
anything.
Big
So
facts.
don't say that. Don't
Cause
like they pay he paying them
I
people.
know when I had people on my team on my first radio show, like they couldn't deny somebody an interview or tell somebody we not doing an interview with them because they feel some type of way. That would have to be ran across me first. for me to make that decision. So I feel like, by them doing what they did, we should have had that conversation first. So he should have tapped in with me to get my side of the story before they chose to kick somebody out. That was my only issue. Other than that, I'm not tripping. I'm still not tripping. I felt some type of way at the time that it happened, but other than that, I'm cool.
Okay, the girl said she gonna send some type of links, but yeah, I don't know if that's what's going on. Then, because I'm gonna be real, I seen the
I mean, I'm
messages.
not tripping about that situation. Me personally, God, so you ain't gotta, send me nothing towards that. I'm not tripping about that situation at all. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Regardless of whether that was true or what not true, all I know is that I've seen stuff happen in Discord before that was kind of stupid,
Yeah,
and
I seen a lot of shit.
it ain't
Mind you,
just one thing.
I've been a part of his Discord. I've been a part of the 13% since he first started it, bro.
I've been in there for
Like
2
I
years.
said, I was a
Me too.
subscriber to his YouTube page. I was paying to be a member of his YouTube page and all of that for almost 2 years.
I've been in there
So
for a while too.
I've
So
been
I ain't
around
just.
for a while, and I started witnessing some things. Like, I don't know.
Like I said, I just hope this. I just hope that I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna say this as nice as I can. I hope you protect people in your real life how you
I
protect
could
them
give
on
an
TV.
opinion towards anything and anyone. You can't
Listen,
say nobody can't give an opinion. I can give an
listen,
opinion towards anything and anyone. It doesn't
listen.
matter if
I hope.
I met them personally or not. I'm basing
Listen,
my opinions is based off of what I'm seeing being presented out here and the
you
actions
protecting.
that come from these
I
people.
hope, like I said, I hope she protect herself and her people in her real life like she protecting Dane, because that's the same thing with the church. They protect these pastors, and then when they turn out to be phonies or whatever the case may be, they get mad about it or whatever. And I'm like, hey, how can you say you love Dane or whoever, but you don't care about the people around you? I ain't saying you ain't doing that, but I'm saying I hope you have this same energy with real life people, because you don't know Dane either. You never met
At
him, but
all.
you
Like
protecting him
nobody
like he's
like
some kind of messiah,
there's
like
no
he don't use the
disrespect to you.
bathroom.
And there's no disrespect to you personally, though, Goddess, but it's like you saying this to us as if you have a personal relationship with the brother, And I ain't disrespect Dane not one time on this goddamn platform, and I'm not going to. That's not what I was here to do. The capture say a message to DaneCalloway. I had a personal message that I wanted to present to that brother, about the situation that happened with me. Other than that, I'm cool, you know. So you sitting down there defending him and all of that as if somebody's saying something wrong. Like, you ain't got to
That's
do
what I'm
all that.
saying. That's
Because
what
it
I'm
ain't
saying.
that type of party.
You ain't got it. Listen, I ain't James, the dude to kill. What you call? I ain't none of that. I ain't no assassination attempt. I ain't
But
trying
you
to do
can't
nothing
tell
to him.
nobody they can't speak their opinions. You definitely can't tell
No,
nobody that
because
at
that's the
all.
church.
Not me.
Because then you turn it into church. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I keep bringing up church. Back in the day, if you spoke against, you know what I'm saying, the slave
My truth is
master,
my truth, Goddess.
they would kill
It
you.
don't matter if it's true to you or not. My truth is my truth. As long as it makes sense to me, that's all that matters. So, it doesn't matter if
I
it's
don't know
true to
what
you.
I don't know what her beef is, but that right
I
there
mean, she's
is
doing her part, I guess. That's what, people
she's
feel
a
like they got to
protector.
defend people, but you don't have to defend anyone over here because it's nothing to defend.
Like I
I'm here to
said,
speak my truth on my platform. I can do that. I can do
Big
that.
Chief. Like I said, I'll defend myself. I'll defend my little brother. I ain't gonna defend no man
So
I
if
don't
you
even know.
hold up, brother. We gotta, respond to these comments right now. You said you do know him personally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you watch my whole live, then what is your issue? If you know him personally, why don't you? Can you make it to where we can have a man-to-man conversation, me and that brother? If you know him personally, can you say, Big Chief want to have a conversation with you, a man-to-man conversation with you? No issues, no drama, no none of that. I'm not with
He
any
said
of
the
that.
guy is stating false statements. Okay, we can get to the bottom. Like I said, I ain't got no ego. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong.
Oh,
See,
so she's speaking on that situation. Well, it's like this, right? Like my brother said, he's only speaking on what he was told. Which, you know, me personally, I always got to see both sides. I always got to hear both sides before I give my opinion to anything. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But my brother is speaking on, well, what he was told and what he's saying. Like I said, he's saying
Yeah,
messages and all of that. So
yeah, well, like I
I
said,
don't know.
if I'm wrong, I can be wrong. You know why? And you know the thing about it, I am not a preacher. I'm not a politician. If I'm wrong, I can be wrong. I'm gonna do something that most of your leaders will never do. I can admit if I'm wrong, if I'm
Mhm.
wrong. So we
I
don't have to
admit to
prove
my
it though.
wrongs all the time, bro. You know how many brothers and sisters I apologize to, bro? You know, that's being a man. That's being a man. You know, I apologize to many brothers and sisters for my wrongs, you know, and I will still do that to this day. If I'm wrong about anything I said during this live, I will apologize as a man.
That's crazy. I wish this girl would get
I mean,
on.
I
I
agree
wish
with
she
you
would get
though,
on.
Goddess, you know, I agree. But I'm not spreading any false rumors. I'm not spreading any rumors. I just gave my truth towards the situation and how I felt about it, you know. So that's basically my message towards that to that brother, you know,
I'm gonna put it
about
like
that
this.
situation. I'm
I'm
not
gonna put it.
spreading any rumors or saying anything about that man or his wife.
He ain't never addressed it before like that. So if it wasn't nothing serious, he wouldn't have got on there and did what he did. All right, that's what I gotta say. Like I ain't never seen him do nobody like that. That was a nobody. I ain't never seen him go on the tirade
Yeah,
like that.
I could agree with that part. I could definitely agree with that. That video that I seen, I never even seen Dane speak like that.
Me
And
neither,
I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I never heard Dane speak like that towards someone.
bro. Listen,
You know, and
I'm
I've been tapped
26,
in with that brother for years.
bro.
I've
I've
been
been
tapped in
watching
with bro
Dane.
for years. I ain't never hear him speak like that. You
Me
know?
neither. I've been watching Dane since I was in my junior in high school, back in 2016, 2015, and I ain't never heard him talk like that. So whatever happened, whether it was a lie, whatever happened, it was what it was. Something he didn't like, or something was said, something happened. Because if it's like this, if she's a nobody, I can understand if it was Umar Johnson, but why go on a tirade like that for a nobody?
Yeah. It is. That do make sense, bro. You making a lot of sense right now, bro. Because it had to be deeper than what we think for him to speak the way that he did. Because I've never heard Dane speak like that. So
Why
it
would
got
you
to
do
be
that?
something else behind that situation that we don't know. It has to be. Because that brother wouldn't have gave that much energy to that shit. He wouldn't have gave that much energy to that situation. And I'm pretty sure as many people that spoke bad about Dane. Did you ever hear him give that energy back? I didn't.
No,
You know?
especially not to the point where you got to think about it. He went into the point that he breaking like the other
I can't
lady.
agree to that. That statement wasn't general, Goddess. That statement was
Nah,
directly
that was
towards
personal. When we
somebody.
talking
That
about
wasn't that wasn't general at all. That was a
listen,
direct hit. That was
listen,
a
when
direct hit.
he said something about I got two homes and stuff like that. Like he knew the living conditions of that person because the other person that was on that panel had already talked to that girl on the phone. But sister Bethy got on there and acted like she didn't know the girl, like she didn't know her, but they've been on the phone talking. That would be like this if I did the same thing in Big Chief and them. Like I've been knowing Big Chief since January of this year. I didn't talk to him many times on Discord, on the Instagram for a long time. It wouldn't make sense for me to say, oh, I
Yes,
never even talked to him before. That's a lie. Me and him didn't talk many
right,
hours, many nights.
right.
So that's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that lady
Mm-hmm.
act like she didn't
Long
even know that girl.
conversation.
Like I said, I watched the video,
I
but
mean,
I respect your opinion. Hey, it's like this right here.
I do too.
I'm gonna put it like this:
I do too.
if something ever happened, and this young lady is on my side, I hope she stick up for me like this. Real talk.
Big facts. So
She's
I
like
ain't
she
even
need to.
mad at you,
Hey,
got it. Yo,
she need to be a lawyer.
I
Hey,
respect your thoughts and everything towards however you feel about the situation.
she
I
need
ain't
to be
got
a
nothing
lawyer.
against you or the brother. You know, you're doing your part as you should. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about that situation. That's why I'm sitting here observing. You
Like
know,
I said, she needs to be a lawyer. She can get somebody off that's innocent right now. Right now, it's somebody in this jail in this country that needing her to be their lawyer. The way she talking.
I listen. She said if we both about the truth, then play it again. I'm about my truth. You know, I'm not putting no energy into that. Goddess, I'm just being real right now.
We
I'm not
watched the
putting no
video. I
energy
watched.
in. I'm not putting no energy into trying to figure out the truth within that situation. It doesn't matter to me. I got too much work to do on my own, you know, to put any energy into that. I understand my purpose as a being here. That's not my
I don't
purpose.
know. I
That's
don't know
not a
what she's
part of
talking about
mine.
with the truth. They tore that girl down. I don't care what nobody say. I sat there and watched it, and even
And
brought up the
that's
fact
how
that
you feel, bro. And
I saw it.
and I watched the whole thing, and I feel the same way. It was a lot of disrespect within that video. And like I said, I never heard the brother speak that way. You know what I'm saying about nobody. So I
I
definitely
ain't never
took that a
heard.
certain type of way.
Hey,
I
if
have
I'm
a
like I
right
said,
to have my opinion. Who talk? I'm not talking about it. I'm not. What are you talking about right now, God? This live was not based off of that situation at all. Like my brother was giving his thoughts towards that situation because he knew more about it than I did. But this live didn't have shit to do with that whole situation. It just played a part in it because it happened, you know. But I wasn't here to talk about that. You didn't hear me speaking about. You didn't hear me speak about that at all through this whole live. You did not hear me speak on that situation at
and
all.
we spent more time talking about how, like I said, the this whole live is based on this. It's not being an Indian.
Yeah,
It's how to
because
live like
I
an
wanted
Indian.
to speak. I wanted to speak to him directly. That didn't have nothing to do with that situation. Like if you claim that you were here since the beginning, you heard everything that I said before I even spoke on anything. I stated a lot in the beginning, just so we wouldn't have this. So that's crazy to me because I said a lot in the beginning of this live, so we wouldn't have these back and forths.
Yeah,
But you chose to take it there anyway. But I'm not going to entertain it though, Goddess. You know what I'm saying?
she got
I was here to speak my truth. This is my platform. My name is on this. That brother know who I am. You know, you can't sit here, don't sit here and look at me as some nobody ass nigga or none of that. That brother know who I am. A lot of people in the spiritual world knows who I am. I've been pushing my truths out here. So this not me trying to, you know, get any type of fame off of nobody or none of that. I put his name in here because this is my message that I was directing directly towards him. My brother. Huh?
and
My brother.
if you notice what we were saying, we was talking about people being in leadership positions and people and letting the fame change you and basically saying, yeah, it's cool to talk about if we was Indians or if we
Listen,
not.
Goddess. No, he doesn't what? No, he doesn't what? You know, you want me to entertain you right now? I can't. You know, since you got so much energy, you feel me?
Yeah, you
Like,
should
no,
be
he
spend
doesn't
more
what?
time.
Go ask him. Go ask him. If you saying no, he doesn't know me. Go ask him since you know him personally. Go ask him if he ever heard of Big Chief G the Starflower, melanated God of love. When he done said my name many times on them discords. Uh, You got that, Goddess, all right? Because I feel that you about to take my energy elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Now I feel like you trolling. Now I feel like you trolling. She said I already asked him. You did it that fast? You got that deep of a relationship with him that you could text him or call him right
I
now on
told
the
you.
phone and
I
say,
told
hey,
you.
Dan, do you know Big Chief?
I
Come
told
on,
you.
man. Stop it. Stop it.
Listen, Big Chief,
You making
Dane
it
said
look
it.
good, though, Goddess. You
No,
making it look good. I promise you, you making it look good.
listen.
If you trying to gain an artist, a audience right now, you making it look good. You
Hey, Big
making it
Chief,
look good. Yeah, man.
you ever seen? You ever seen when you in the streets, right? And you got people that are lower level doing stuff for the big people at the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I seen a lot of that.
I'm gonna find this out so I can get more credentials for the boss. That's basically
Mm,
what she's trying to do.
mm,
And
right,
Dane set people up like
right.
that. She's a
Having something to
that's
go run back and tell so you can gain some brownie points. That's what this looking like. Shout out to
yeah.
my brother DaneCalloway, man. You hear me? I love you, brother.
What did
You
I
and
tell
your
you?
wife for
Hey,
everything that
what did I
y'all
tell
done.
you though? He acting like he
This is
Bumpy Johnson or
not no
something.
disrespect
Bumpy,
towards you, my brother. So, whether you got the trolls over here trying to figure some things out or not, this is not what that is. So we can kill all that right now. This is not no disrespect to my brother. This was a message to my brother from me personally. You know? So all that weird ass shit that you trolls and you weirdos running around here, man, like, man, listen. Everything is a choice in life. We all have a choice. If I choose to entertain that I gotta accept the consequences
hey,
behind it.
but it's like I said though, like I said earlier, like Charleston White said, how
I
about you
don't
go
think
look
you
up
know
the
DaneCalloway personally. I really
hey
don't.
no, this one I gotta say
Now
though.
I'm talking about the comments. Miss Aboriginal. I don't think you know that man
But
personally.
even if you
If
do,
you
hey,
knew him personally, you wouldn't even be on here speaking the way you speaking.
she
You
probably do
speaking
though.
like you speaking as if you two brothers up here bashing DaneCalloway.
Hey,
Like
listen though, listen,
this is not what
Big
this
Chief,
is.
Big Chief. Ask her this
Yeah,
question.
brother.
Ask the sister this question. How about she go do that to the cop that killed Sonya Massey? How about she go do that to the dude that killed Trayvon Martin? See, black people
Uh,
will police you
Motherfuckers
policing
will
us.
go against their kind all the time, though, bro. I will go. They will go against their kind. She said, "I'm the watchdog." Oh, okay. You're a pet. That's crazy. You're a pet. But people go against their own all the time. Like you just said, she wouldn't go attack those type of people. You know what I'm saying? But you want to sit
On their
here and go
DM.
back and forth with one of your brothers, though, for nothing. Like
Right.
you're trying to create a situation that's not even a situation at all.
Hey, it's
Like,
like this. I
that
hope
shit weird. You
I hope you
weirdos can't do that with me. I'm Big Chief, not the little one. You cannot do that with me.
but listen
It's
though,
not
Big
gonna
Chief.
work, sweetheart.
I hope
I
Big
put in
Chief.
too much work. Way too much work.
Hey, Big
I've
Chief.
been doing this shit since 2011. Like my
I
shit is
hope
documented, God. Let me speak to you right now. My shit is documented. All right. I've been doing this shit since 2011. I got 3 platforms. I have no reasons to get up here and speak bad man or woman's name. You hear me? Like that type of energy don't get presented over here, sweetheart. Obviously, you don't know me.
my thing is
Send
this.
what link? I don't know what
I
she
hope he
talking about.
I hope he bought her a house. I hope he bought her
Man,
some
you
land.
is a pet. You labeled yourself a watchdog. Ain't that a pet? What the hell? What you mean? You better piss them up with some type of other labels on your name. You a watchdog. What are you watching? And what link
What?
do you want somebody to send? I'm trying to get a clear understanding on what you're saying here, Goddess. Like you
Send the
gotta
link.
make sense when you
Send the
talking to somebody like me.
put her in the
You
stream
gotta
yard.
make
Let her
sense
get
when you
on.
talking to somebody like me. Oh, so a watchdog isn't a pet. Okay. Well, elaborate on
Okay.
that.
I thought dogs speak dog.
A dog is an animal. An animal is a pet. So I'm trying to figure it out. Like, but I'm not looking none of that up, God. It's like I just said, I'm not putting my energy into shit that don't make sense, and
Let her.
none of
Hey,
that shit
Big
don't
Chief.
make sense to me. So
Hey, Big Chief. Take the same thing that you gave to me, the StreamYard thing, and post it in the Discord. I mean, in the not Discord, but in the chat.
oh, the link.
Put that in there.
I don't
She can get
think
on
you
then.
can't click on links on here though, bro.
Yes, you can.
I
Yes,
don't
you
think
can.
they. I don't. I mean,
Put it
I'll
on there.
try. Let me see.
Let her get on. If she got something to say, let her get on.
Oh yeah,
It
she
ain't
could definitely pull up.
it ain't that deep. Like I said, I ain't no religious. I ain't. You can challenge me. I ain't no politician. I ain't no city
She
councilor.
said send her the StreamYard. Do you still ask Dane to join the panel? Man, I fail to believe that, but I'll send it to you anyway. Matter of fact, if you got a way you can send it, bro, send it or put it in the chat shit. If I had your Instagram, I could send it to you.
I want to know why does it matter? Like, why does it matter if we don't like what was said on here
I mean,
that was so
listen,
bad?
if she feel as though that we are saying something wrong or we presented something wrong or whatever the case may be, and she want to get that brother up here to defend whatever, do it. Like I said, I'm not doing this for no likes or no views, nor to gain a check.
It don't
I'm
make
not.
sense
I
though.
promise you, baby, you get that brother up here or not. It don't matter to me. I already did my part. I spoke my
Hey, big,
truth. That was it.
hey, Big Chief, how many views this video got?
I don't even know.
Because
I don't
it
even.
ain't.
Oh, you talking about who watching right now?
Yeah.
There's 3 people up there,
So why is it a big deal? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know why she
bro.
cared.
Listen, man. Listen.
Dane ain't finna come on here.
You still speaking on why I got his name in the title? Didn't I just tell you why I had the name in the title? Didn't I just say this is a direct message to my brother DaneCalloway? And nobody said nothing disrespectful or none of that. So what are we talking about right now? Like, if you're gonna speak, like, who are you speaking to
Like,
first and
she can
foremost? Are
say,
you speaking directly to me, or you speaking directly to my brother because of what he spoke about, far as the goddess and the interview? Like, you got to tell me where you're going with this, because if you're speaking directly to me, you got to be direct and tell me what is it that I said that you felt some type of way, or what is it that my brother said that you felt some type of way about? Then we can have a conversation. Do you know how to conduct a conversation as a woman? Because if you know how to do that, you can pull up. You know, you can send me your Instagram and I can send you the link to your Instagram and you can pull up. If you know how to conduct
my
yourself
thing
as a
is,
woman.
I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
Send her the link, bro.
I
Put your Instagram. Put your Instagram down there. I give some energy to that. I don't mind a goddess coming up here speaking their truth. However that go. You know, I'm all for giving clear understandings, you know. I stand behind my words and everything that I said. So put your Instagram down there and I can send you the link to your Instagram because I can't get off and, you know, send you the link. Or I can put my Instagram down there or whatever. It's the same. Big Chief.
Hey, Big Chief. Hey, see if she just see if you can see what I just put in the chat.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
All
tell
right,
her to
is
put.
that the link? But see,
That's the
that's
link.
the private chat, bro. I don't think she can see that. I don't think she can see that because I think that's like some private chat or some shit.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm finna
God,
do
see
it.
if you could go in the private chat link or whatever, because he put the link in there.
I'm finna do it right.
If
Hold on.
if not, you can put your Instagram, and I can send it to your Instagram. I had bro send it to your Instagram.
Hold on. I'm finna
I mean,
find
if
you.
you really want to get up here, I don't know.
No, I'm
At
finna do
this
it. I'm
point,
finna.
I don't know if you trolling or what.
What's your name? What's your name on YouTube, Big Chief? I'm finna look it up right now. I can put it on there like that.
My YouTube is I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. I don't know. She ain't put her IG down there or nothing, so.
I'm trying to look for it. Okay. No, I'm trying to. Let me see how I do this. All you have to do is take. I have to go on your YouTube.
No, the only way she'll be able to get up here is from that link that you just sent. It would
That's what I'm
have to
trying to
be
do.
that link.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm finna get it in there too. I guess gotta find your thing on can't make
See, and I
this.
can't back out. If I back out, it's gonna kick me off.
No, I can I just gotta find. Oh, okay, here it is, right here.
I don't know if she's still there or not. One person just left. She might have left. I don't know. God, is you still there? Like shit. Cause I was gonna close out, but I'm willing to entertain this conversation real quick. I ain't even tripping about you bringing the brother Dane up here. I ain't tripping about that at all. But you know, if you wanted to get up here and give your thoughts and us chop it up as men and women, then we can do that.
So like I said, I didn't know it was that deep.
Me neither. I didn't feel like we spoke on nothing
Like I
that was
said,
wrong.
the part that,
Oh,
and even though the part you can say this is a slight or whatever, but his wife don't want him. Don't nobody's wife want you around other women. That's real talk. So I don't know if that seems disrespect. That's the truth. He said it on the live. You remember he said his wife his wife didn't want him.
yeah, I even remember that.
So I don't.
That was
So that
before
ain't hate.
you know.
That's not hating. I'm not hating on him. I didn't lie. That's what he said. So you can say, "Oh, you brought up his family." No, I didn't. That's what he said. He said that in front of 11,000 people in the Discord.
Like I said from the beginning, wasn't nothing that we chose to speak about on here tonight was any
It
disrespect
wasn't
towards
personal.
that brother personally at all. You know, I just had some feelings towards the situation that happened in the 13% chat, and that's all, and that's it. You know, if you mad at me for choosing to get on my platform and speak about that, then oh well. You know, if that's your brother and you know him personally, you know, tap in. That's all I'm saying. Tap in, shit.
Yeah, he got a bot. He got bots and stuff that tell him whenever somebody mentions his name anywhere. So he got stuff like that set up.
That's
That's all
crazy.
cool and all. That's all cool and all, but that ain't like I said. All that don't mean nothing if you ain't telling people how to get their own thing going or whatever case may be. If you ain't trying to really help the people, it don't matter. Like I said before, all that talking that ain't gonna do nothing.
At all. At
Like I
all. It
said,
gotta be some action.
somebody
It
got to be
got
a
to be
follower to
some
somebody.
action put behind them words.
Like I
Got
said,
to be some
somebody got to be a follower to
action.
somebody. Somebody got
Man,
to be a
that's
follower to
funny though.
somebody, bro.
That's funny though, bro. For her to even put that label on herself and say she was a watchdog, that's funny as hell. Then say it ain't an animal. Like, oh man, I can get so deep right now. It's crazy. But other than that, you know, if she not trying to tap in and pull up, bro, I'm about to close out. I was only going to entertain it a little bit longer, you know, if she wanted to pull up. But obviously,
Yeah, I'm down
you
with
know,
that.
she's just
That's all.
talking
That's
in the
old news.
comments.
I ain't got no beef with him. Like I said, and I
I
still
ain't
don't. I
no
seen.
nobody has any beef with DaneCalloway. This is not what this was about. Dude, people so weird, bro. I promise you. That's why I say it be a lot of people in the spiritual world that still move like those who are in the program world. A lot of people, like so for her thought process to even be that way is weird to me. You thinking like a programmer, like somebody that's programmed. You're not thinking like a god or a goddess. Like that shit weird. But y'all put these labels on yourselves though. You know?
Well, this
I'm
is
just
the
here to
reason.
say you can't play those games with me. You know? All
Well,
that
you
trying
see,
to make shit look the way that it's not, them type of games don't work over here. You know, I'm too much at a higher level of understanding self for you to play with me like that. So don't try to come over here to start some shit up or rowdy some shit up to make it like we over here disrespecting the brother or whatever the case may be. Because that's
I ain't
not
no
it.
YouTuber. See, this is a good thing
You know?
about this. I ain't
I'm
no
not no
YouTuber.
YouTuber neither. I'm not no
I
YouTuber
told you,
neither.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man trying to live a good life. That's
Listen,
all. I ain't no YouTuber.
I don't. I do not and never have ever used any of my platforms to speak on anyone else's name in a negative way. I've never done that. You could go look at everything, any video or whatever I've ever done from my Instagram page to my YouTube pages. I've never spoken on anyone in a negative way. That's not how I move out here. I put Dane's name in here because I have a message that I was directing directly towards him. You know, that's all, and that's it.
And
Love
the
is
thing
love,
about
man.
it,
But I'm about to close out, bro. I ain't even, we already gave our piece towards this shit, bro.
it is what it
Yeah.
is. I hit you up tomorrow or something.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, man.
All
Hey,
right,
make
man.
sure give your tell everybody where they can follow you at and all that too, bro.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on IG. I am Stones, all with 2 Z's. Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you for pulling up, brother. This was I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast with myself, Big Chief, not the little one, G the Star Flower, Melody, the God of Love. Shout out to my goddess, Aquarius Goddess, and shout out to my brother for pulling up. Shout out everybody that tapped in with us tonight. Shout out to my cousin Antoinette, because I know she was there, and everybody else that chose to pull up, and listen to what we had to say tonight, man. Like I said in the beginning, this was not any disrespect towards our brother, DaneCalloway, at all. I just had a message that I wanted to deliver directly to him. You know what I'm saying? And hope that maybe he may, catch that message. If not, I did my part. You feel me? Love is love. Shout out to everybody that tapped in, like I said, man. This was I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. Big Chief, man. Love those who love you, respect all except the love that is given, man. Stay woke, stay dangerous, stay you. You hear me? Love is love.
You a waste up, get your weight up. You're looking for pay, cuz I want all of my people to wake up. Sleep, Frank Ocean, deep, peak. This is not a mess with the weak. Choose, I'm making a break of the rules. Choose, I'm making a break of the rules. I woke up like this, blessed. Everything else is a test. Stress was created for taking the less. I'm with the guards, yes. Me and Kirby finessing the beat. 10 toes, in my Emma we reppin' the street. I am the chief, to the tribe, my energy different electrical drive. Took me to a vibe, this is my land, is my only reply.
This is my land, this is my only reply.
Yeah, yeah.